Critical broadcast alert.
It's the Sporting Hour with Lynwood Robinson.
It's the Sporting Hour with Lynwood Robinson.
Hello, and we're back again for another edition of the Sporting Hour. I'm your host, Lynwood Robinson. I got my main man, Antonio Castillo, on the board and the stats here, and my co-host, Mr. Cole, should be calling in soon. I don't know. I haven't heard from him yet, so he's out on the ship somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic. So hopefully he's not having internet problems, so he can get through with it. If not, me and Antonio have to carry things. But as usual, we start the show with a section we call the Woodshed, where we take to task anybody in sports, be it coach, player, fan, executive, owner, whoever, that we feel like we should give it to them, take it to task. Here we go. All right, here we go. You are newly or nouveau rich, as they say. Life is great. All your financial dreams have come true. You buy that house, your kids in private school, your whip, or should I say whips. That's a car for the uninitiated out there. It's what you always dreamed of. Maybe you have more than one of them, like I said. The wife or girlfriend lives like Imelda Marcos, more shoes you can count. You're in the third year of a 5-year deal. Again, I say life is great, but last season didn't go quite as well as you and management would have hoped. Now I'm talking about NFL here. The team was one game under 500, and you suffered your first serious injury. Off-season surgery says you're good as new, but you really deep down know that kind of isn't true. 3 people know this isn't true. You, management, and the team doctor. You get a call one day in the off-season, and you meet with management. They give you the "we love you" speech, or you're part of the family speech. The hammer's about to drop. The Denver Broncos just cut Russell Wilson after signing to a $226 million deal just 2 years ago.
They will cut him on the 13th.
Well, yeah, essentially. Well, it's like having a what do you call it? Your execution is scheduled for the 13th. But I'm saying it's a done deal. Now he'll get his $39 million, which he should get, but he won't get the balance of that contract. And Denver has $85 million in dead money, whatever that means. I don't quite understand what that means, but in other words, they're out from under something. The average fan, the average football fan, NFL fan, thinks that when they read these big numbers that it's a done deal. No, NFL contracts are not guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is the signing bonus. I don't blame any player for holding out for any amount of money, an extra quarter, because they'll look you right in the eye, put their arm around you, and tell you that they're releasing you. I don't understand. And they talk about loyalty and all that.
WCOM.
Out of one side, they talk about loyalty. Out of the other side, they'll cut you. How many lies and half-truths were passed across that table or whatever it was when Russell Wilson was signing that deal or they were discussing that deal? The NFL is a cold, cold business, a fast-moving train, and you better be at the depot when the train takes off. I see Antonio laughing, so I'm thinking Happy's on the line there. Yeah. Is that Happy? Yeah. Talking crazy. Happy. Mr. Cole. Hap Cole. I think we're having I don't know what's so funny. What are you guys laughing at?
That was good. That was good.
I'm lost.
What the hell's going on? How's everybody?
Oh, back up. I want to laugh too.
Oh, you might not laugh at this.
Oh, y'all talking about me?
I say y'all. I didn't say
I called the number,
Right.
and I acted like I was a caller. And I said, "Hi, I'd like to speak to Lynwood Robinson, please.
Oh God.
I have a question for him."
Right.
And,
Okay. Go. Oh, for you out for you out there who don't know, Hap is a nationally known comic comedian. So go ahead, Hap. I know you probably made fun of me in some way. Go.
and yes, said,
If you're laughing,
I can take the question.
Antonio said that.
He said I can take the question. Yeah, I told you I can take the question.
Oh my God.
I said, okay, I'd like to.
Oh, so you got it. He
find out
thought you was
why-
somebody else.
No,
What's that?
All right, go. I'm sorry.
And I said, I'd like to find out why does Mr. Robinson always interrupt the other two guys with useless information?
Oh yeah, you use it. Hap, you know what I mean? That's a funny gag. I would say that you worn it out, but it's still funny.
Oh no, that never gets old. Oh, that never don't get old.
That's funny, man. All right,
Oh,
so
no.
listen. All right. We got off point here. Did you check out any of what I was saying about Russell Wilson being cut?
I just came in from a show, man. I haven't seen sports in 2 days, so
All
I
right, check
don't
it
know
out.
what's going
Check it
on.
out. Here's what I said, man. I was talking about how the Broncos will cut Wilson on what, the 13th, is it, Antonio? The 13th of this month. But that $226 million deal, he's not going to get the balance. After that, they owe him $39 million. That is coming to him regardless this year, but he won't get the balance of the other 78, I think it is, of the deal. It's just wrong.
Well, how much has he gotten already?
I think he's gotten 78 of the 226, and then that's it. They cut him after this year.
And
They're
then-
done with him.
But then he's going to get another $39 million.
No, he get the $39 million this year. Regardless, the
Right.
Broncos owe that.
Right.
The next year, I don't think he's guaranteed.
So-
Though. He doesn't get that.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is, man, I'd have to really, really look at that contract because I think his contract was a little bit more structured than they could just cut him and get rid of it. It doesn't sound like a smart thing to do business-wise if you're him, and he's a smart guy. And
Now that's true.
I'm pretty sure that he anticipated, or his people did, something like this
Could be
could
happening.
possibly
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah, so when you go into a deal with this kind of money on the table, there's all kind of things that we don't know in that contract probably.
True.
Now, there might be a clause in there that says if they cut him, they have to give him a certain amount. There could be a clause in there. It doesn't matter if they cut him; he is still owed the remainder of that balance. I mean, it's just never know. I'd have to dig deep into that, man, and do the research on that contract to find out. Because I guarantee you, Russell Wilson and his team wouldn't just make it that easy just to cut him and not get
Not getting the
remaining
money.
balance
Yeah, he's
of
too
that.
smart. Too smart. That makes total sense. But you remember last year they asked him to sit out the game so he wouldn't get so much money. Isn't that correct? Am I wrong in that? That's what I remember. Go, Antonio.
Yeah,
So he wouldn't get the medical exemption or what have you.
Which means he would get the money if he didn't play. Correct?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Happy. You, again, that's why I love you, because you're my friend, but I also dislike you. But you're right. He's much too smart, and his handlers are much too smart to make it that easy to get rid of him and lose that kind of money. Yeah.
It's not going to be that simple for Denver to get rid of him now.
It's not cut and dry, is what you're saying, right?
And they may come to an agreement of some sort on a certain amount of money, but I guarantee he's not going to just be cut or walk away from another $78 million.
No.
So and I'm sure that his first year there he got a lot of money. I'm sure the second year got a lot of money, and they still owe him $39 million. So I'm sure he's for sure going to get over half of that $200 and something million contract.
Well, see, I don't know what the signing
uh,
bonus was, Hap. I'm sorry. I know what the signing bonus was. I know you got $39 million coming to him this year. I know the signing
Right.
bonus is guaranteed, right? That's what it always is.
Right.
I don't know what the
Yep.
balance is though, but you have a valid point in that he is much too much on the ball and much too smart and cagey to
Yeah.
just walk away from that kind of money that easy. It's got to be something
Yeah.
going on. That's a good point.
So it may be one of those situations where they end up having to pay him, and they'll do it over a certain amount of years. So
Not the balance, but
I
something.
mean,
Not the balance, but
well,
something.
yeah, because see, I honestly believe though, Wood. I think with the signing bonus and what he made last year and what he made this year, I think he may have received already, a little bit over half or more than half of that.
It was 226. What the deal was 226.
Yeah. So what they paid him already this year, I think was 35. Then they have another 39 million coming to him coming up soon. And I don't know what the signing bonus was, but I'm sure
We're looking it up right now.
50 or 60 million dollars.
We're looking it up right now.
So he's
Which means you get that.
well over $100 million.
Which means you get that up front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So signing bonus plus what they paid him last year, plus what they have coming to him this year, I think he's,
right.
at least 60-70% of that contract's been paid already.
Happy. Here we go.
So
The signing
Yeah.
bonus was $50 million. So he got that. Boom. Plus
Okay.
35 last year. That's 85. Plus 39 this year,
Right.
regardless of what happens. What's that? 85 and 39 is 154, 144. So of 226, he'll definitely get 144
Yeah.
of it. You got it.
yeah.
There you go.
So
There you go. So
and
that
I-
means
and I-
that
and I'm
means
pretty,
66 plus 26. So they owe him. This year he gets. Oh, that's $82 million. Are you there?
they owe him
Yeah.
82 mil.
Well, I'm saying after this year, because they got to pay him 39 this year regardless. Then
Right.
That's
Right.
so that 39. That means 144. So
Right.
shed no tears for
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
so-
He's not in nobody's soup line. But I'm just.
No,
Here's the point
no,
I'm
no,
making,
no.
Happy. Here's
No,
the point.
no.
Here's the point I'm making, Happy. Here's the point I'm making. Do you agree with me that the NFL is a cold business? Because quarterbacks, yes, they get taken care of, or they're highest on the totem pole. Wide receivers and your edge rusher defensively, they get preferential treatment. Everybody else, I don't know. You can get cut in any minute.
Well, linebackers seem to do well
Yeah.
because they're a necessity.
Oh, you got to have one of those guys.
Top cornerbacks, anybody can guard anybody on an island, they seem to do well because they also are a necessity too.
The high skill position is what you're saying.
The right and mostly left tackle seem to do well because they are definitely needed
Protecting the quarterback's blind side, yeah.
to protect that quarterback's blind side.
Yeah.
So, but it is a business, man. At the end of the day, it's just a business, and
A cold hearted
like
one.
to think of Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So Russell went to Denver with the hopes of, rejuvenating that entire franchise and putting it back on the map and doing all this stuff. Okay, so it didn't work out for Russell there. Although I got to tell you though, the season that just passed, Russell played great.
He was
had
balling,
17
especially
touchdown passes, which is
that last
fifth or
half.
sixth in the NFL.
You're right, bro.
So he played great, but the problem was, and I believe this, to me, and excuse me for saying this, but Sean Payton is an asshole.
You don't need any excuse from me, man. I agree. And Tony was just saying that. I don't think he's a genuine guy. Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I don't think
he's not genuine at all.
No.
So the thing that Sean Payton didn't like the most is Russell Wilson decided to do some of his own audibles when Sean Payton called the plays.
Now
And Sean
that
Payton
is news to me, Happy. I had no idea of that. So he was angry at Russell
Sean
Wilson for
Payton
audibling
is
at the
an
line.
egomaniac, and he wants things to go his way. And if you don't do what he says or whatever, then this is what you get. So, and Sean Payton will tell you, well, Russell Wilson was never my guy. He was there before I got there. I wouldn't have picked Russell Wilson. He wouldn't have been my choice. Yada, 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 yada. Now, if they had won more games,
Doesn't matter.
he wouldn't be saying this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I don't think, and this is my honest belief, even though I understand exactly what I just said. In my heart, I believe that Sean Payton's the kind of guy that it's personal for him with Russell.
It could be. Never
It's
know.
personal.
Yeah. Well,
And
also,
I don't think any amount of games would have mattered. Winning more games would have mattered to him. It's personal with Russell.
well, what you just said was so true, but also, I think Sean Payton wants the credit. Are you there, Happy?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with him wanting the credit. I mean, he played with Hall of Famer Drew Brees, so he can exist. He can coexist with a great quarterback. But I just think that Russell had a deal in place, and Russell, didn't behave like normal teammates. Russell had his own office in the building. Russell had this. Russell had that. And I think it just rubbed Sean Payton the wrong way, so he made it his mission to somehow get rid of Russell Wilson.
That's the personal thing you're talking about. He didn't like that.
Yes.
Russell Wilson
Yes.
had his own office?
Yes.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
Russell had his own office in the facility and all that kind of stuff, man.
And his own training team.
His own training
Yeah.
team, his own everything, and I think Sean Payton just
Had enough.
disliked him from the beginning. So
Now,
and I think it's personal with him. I don't think even if Russell had won, if they had won, 11, 12 games, I think Sean Payton would still not like Russell Wilson.
this goes back to what I discussed with you and Antonio earlier and some people on the street. So now, do you really, really not think Russell Wilson is a Hall of Famer?
He is not a Hall of Famer, Lynwood.
All right. Oh. Antonio, is Russell Wilson the Hall of Famer?
No.
Now, Happy Cole, my astute and erstwhile co-host, you've said this on more than one occasion. If being the operative word and a big word, even though it's only two letters, if Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady hadn't been in the league, Russell Wilson have maybe 2, maybe 3 MVPs. Did you not say that? I remember that clearly.
Yeah. No doubt
But
about
the
it.
fact
Yeah.
the fact that they were in the league is the reason why he doesn't have them. Correct? That's what you're saying. And he's not an MVP. He's
That's
not.
got something to do with
He's
it.
not. Yeah, and he's not a Hall of Famer. God. And I've asked 10 people. I got 7 no's and 3 yays. So you guys might be on something because I'm emphatic that he is. But I got
And the Yays were drunk. So.
Yes, you're probably right because I was in the bar when I asked him. That's pretty good. When a dead mule to the bow bar.
I know you were in the bar when it happened.
They
I
were
know
drunk.
You were.
They were drunk. Oh, man.
You could have asked them, is Russell Crowe a Hall of Famer? They would have said, yeah, man.
Russell
yeah.
Crowe, the actor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
God.
Russell Crowe Hall of Famer? Absolutely he is. I saw it last season. He's got a beautiful mind.
That's funny. That's a good one. He's in the movie. That's a good one, Hap. That's why you're a comic and I'm not. That's pretty funny, man. I almost cursed there. That's funny, bro. That's a good one. He's got a beautiful mind.
So, yeah, man. So and the numbers. Now, if they had won that other Super Bowl,
And Hap, what great receiver did he have? Do you remember one, Antonio? What's the guy that kept having concussion? Percy something. He was
Percy
good when
Harvey?
he was good when he was available, but he kept getting hit in the head, man.
Percy
And had
Harvey?
great hands too. Yeah, he was
Florida?
good. Went to Florida. Yeah, he was great, man. But he kept
Yeah.
getting concussions. I think he had like 5 or 6 of them. He had to retire in like 25, 26 years
Yeah.
old. Yeah, he was a good player.
Yeah. And he played with Lockett. He had Lockett there, man. So.
But Hap, is anybody gonna say Lockett when they talk about the top 20 receivers of all time? No,
He's
they're
a
not.
bad dude though for his size.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He
I'm not
is,
saying.
man.
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
the
he is.
man's
I mean,
not.
he's-
I'm not
he's
saying the
still
man's not a
to
viable
this
pro.
day.
What now?
He's still producing to this day.
Yeah, he's tiny, man. What's he, 5'9" or something, 5'10"?
Somewhere around
Like
there.
180 pounds. He's little. But he can play, though. He's a good player. Kansas
He
State.
can play, man.
Yeah, he
So,
can play.
look, I think what's going to happen with Russell Wilson, I think he'll be on the ballot for Hall of Fame, but I don't think he'll ever make it in.
What was that thing called, man? Where you get in, the writers don't vote you in, but you get on what's called the Veterans Committee or something? Yeah.
Yeah, that's in baseball. I've never seen him do it in football. They
That's
did
not-
that with
that's-
Crit McGriff last year in
That's
baseball.
not football, it's just baseball.
I-
The crime dog
as
should have
far as
been
I
up in
know.
that piece, man. McGriff deserved to be in there, though, I think. But that's another show.
Yeah.
All right, so the verdict is this: Russell Wilson has gotten over half of that contract, or will receive over half that contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Happy, what about the average? Not the average Joe, but the players who aren't in the glamour positions. The NFL, man, I'm telling you, if you have one off season, or your team doesn't do well, or you get injured, they'll cut you. That's why I don't blame any football player at any time holding out for more money, because they have no loyalty and no feelings.
Well, it's these guys get these huge contracts on what they've done in the past,
Right.
with the management hoping they can continue to do it in the future.
Right.
Now, players like running backs and guards and centers, they get contracts simply on what they did the year before, period. That's why they don't get big contracts. Because, this is my opinion, the hope is that an offensive lineman, if he's not a tackle protecting the blind side of the quarterback, offensive lineman come to camp, they'll be ready to go, he'll shear up your line, which is what they're supposed to do. But they're not putting a lot of stock into that, because offensive linemen don't last as long as quarterbacks and wide receivers and all that kind of stuff.
Because they're getting hit on every play. You're right, bro. But that left tackle is very important. That's why they make the most money of offensive linemen, correct? That's what I say.
Yes, yes,
Very,
indeed.
very important.
Yes, indeed.
Left tackle, man. He's got to defend
Yes,
off
indeed.
that edge rusher, the Myles Garrett's of the NFL, who is better than I
Yeah,
thought he'd ever be.
that's,
That guy's great.
No, he's incredible, man.
Do you run into those guys, Hap, when you're in Cleveland, when you're home? Do you run into those guys out when you're out and about?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes I told you, Wyatt Teller is the offensive lineman for the Browns, big number 77, and
You played golf with him a few times, correct?
I I see him a few times, and yeah, I see him out on occasion, man.
He can play. He's pretty good.
Yeah, they're good, man. They're good,
All right, that
Yeah.
woodshed took up some minute there. And some great points you made. Antonio has a point, though. I don't think we got to it. Let's let Antonio fire off here. Go, Antonio.
I think the thing
Yeah, go
is,
ahead.
that being that Russell Wilson is an aging quarterback, and combine that with teams or ownership, not just specifically the Broncos, but the way the trend that ownership now isn't allowing too many coaches to stay on board if they have too many losing seasons. So coaches are more on the hot seat. I think like those two things factored in. One, like I said, Russell Wilson being an aging quarterback, and then two, Sean Payton being pretty much on the hot seat.
And they gave him a lot of money.
So, it's easy for him to go to management and say, yeah, he's not the right fit, or look at all these quarterbacks who are coming up in the draft,
Yeah.
or maybe we can get a free agent.
I wonder how old Russell Wilson is now. What do you think he is, Hap? He's got to be 33, 34 maybe?
36.
I don't know. Antonio's on it. Our stat board guy's on it. He's gonna find out for us right now. But yeah, he can't be. I remember as a freshman at NC State, he was ACC Rookie of the Year and Player of the Year.
36 this year.
Happy
36.
36, man.
Yeah.
So it's 35 now, 36 this year.
So what do you think, Hap?
Yeah.
Hap, me and Hap discussed this last week, and we didn't get to it on last week's show. Happy, what destination do you think Russell Wilson could be? Is it the Steelers? Is it?
I
is
don't
it
know if
Hap?
he can go to
What?
the Steelers, man.
Hap, what about my Raiders?
I don't think it's a good fit for him to go to the Raiders.
Well, also, he probably want to go to a team that's building. He wants to go to a team that can win right away. Raiders are building. They're not going to be anybody's AFC title game team next season.
Well, here's the, in my opinion, here's the issue with him going to the Raiders. You know, the Raiders have not figured out their identity on offense yet. So you don't know what you're going to get when you go there. Like, if you send Russell Wilson there, then they've got to do some things that make Russell happy, that cater to his game.
Yeah, and his ego.
Running.
And his ego.
And then you have one of the best running backs in the business. So if I'm Russell Wilson and I go to a team, I want to be able to throw the ball because that's what I do. You know, I want to get outside the pocket. I want to have some really good wide receivers I can depend on, and I want to throw the ball. Now, if you're telling me that you're going to give, Jacobs the ball 25, 30 times a game, not a lot of opportunity for me to pass the ball a lot. So,
now, Happy.
So I think there's better fits for him.
Yeah, Happy. I think personally, and I'm a Raider fan, been so since I was 9 years old. I'm now 60, or will be in May. Josh Jacobs is not going to be a Raider. Hap, say it one time. Who's your favorite college football team? Say it one time, Hap.
Alabama, baby.
There's a kid.
Roll,
that
Tide,
kid when
roll.
Okay, we got it. When Jacobs got hurt, that kid from Alabama, I think he has a Muslim sign in that. I can't think of his name. He took over for Jacobs and ran about and averaged like 80 yards a game. So I think Jacobs gonna be out of there, and that kid's gonna take over full time. Abdullah.
Well, do we know what Jacobs' contract is?
Well, he signed that what do you call it, that franchise tag for 1 year. So he got that 10-year deal, that $10 million deal. But now he's a free agent. Him and Saquon Barkley, and Derrick Henry.
Well, one of them's going to Dallas.
And Austin Eckler.
And but Antonio has something to say. I think he's going to talk about the about Josh Jacobs or something.
No, I was going to say and Austin Eckler is a free agent.
He's free. Hey, what do you think about that? Guy's a great dual threat running back.
Yeah, he is.
Run and catch.
I'm surprised that Harbaugh is going to let him get out of the front door. I'm surprised that they do.
You'd be surprised if Eckler walks or they allow him to walk?
Yep, I'd be surprised.
Now, we talked about this also again last week. We didn't get to it. Happy, do you think – I think if Derrick Henry goes to the Cowboys, that'd be a great 1-2 punch for him and Pollard. But you brought this up earlier. You think it's his destination, correct? You think Derrick Henry's going to win the Cowboys?
I think one of those guys, either Henry or
Saquon?
Barkley, is going to the Cowboys. Yeah. Yeah. And if I'm the Cowboys, I'm taking Barkley because he's younger.
Right. Henry's got some miles on him. Still, he had 1,200 yards last year. Averaged 4 yards a carry. He just turned 31, I think.
How many more years can to do that for?
I'm with you.
Dallas, and I'm paying a running back.
Bruh.
I'm taking Saquon Barkley because he's just younger. I think he might be a better pass receiver or just
that is true. Derrick Henry does not pass receive, or he's also not a good pass blocker. But he can run that football though.
And I think with Saquon you get a few things that you don't get with Henry. So, for
example, can you tell us what that may be?
Well, he'll be around longer for one.
Happy. Last year was the first non-injury season in Saquon Barkley's professional career. Am I not correct on that, Antonio? Wouldn't you agree?
I think you're right.
I think I'm right. Yeah, he's been hurt, whereas Henry's only had one bad year. We had that foot injury.
I don't see why they would go away from Pollard though.
I didn't say go away. I said the 1-2 punch.
I don't think they would do that.
Yeah, I think they. See, here's my feeling. Pollard had what did he have, an Achilles injury or?
Something happened to him.
He came back. He
broke his leg. He broke his leg.
Devastating.
He broke his leg in the
The leg
playoffs last year.
injury, right?
Yeah, he broke his tibia or fibia or something. Not fibia. He broke his tibia last year, and he came back. He had 1,000 yards last year though.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see him do what he had done before he got hurt last year.
Now, Happy, you and I are the same age, or just about the same age. Yeah, just about the same age. 1,000 yards was a milestone. Now they play 17 games. I would say it's not 1,000 yards anymore. It's 1,200 to 1,300 yards if you're playing 17 games. That means you average 70 yards a game. 70 yards a game, you're going to have 1,000 yards. Would you agree?
Yeah.
It should go up. Yeah.
The milestone is no longer 1,000 yards. I mean, it sounds good.
It sounds good. There you go, Happy. It sounds good, but it's not what it used to be. What happened to our kids, Tony? It was a 13-game season. Remember that happened? Then it was 14 games. Then from 14 to 16, and now it's 17.
And the NFL's talking about maybe expanding it to 18.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't read that.
I saw that.
Yeah, they are.
Jesus. How much wear and tear can a man take? And also, I'm looking at
Just so you know.
What's that?
Just so you know, speaking of expanding, I just say this so we can get back to the NFL.
Okay.
They're also thinking about expanding the college playoff to 14 teams instead of 12.
Wow. Then if you expand to 14, the 15 guy be mad. Yeah. You know what's pissing people off though, Happy? They're thinking about giving the Big Ten and the SEC buys. What do you think about that? We can get that. We'll talk about college football though.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
but,
talk about that later. Yeah, you're right.
I do believe this, all right? I think that the Cowboys are a running back away, from going deep in the playoffs.
Not Happy?
Nothing against Pollard. I mean, God bless him, all right? But to me,
He's little.
he is not big time.
He's little.
He's not big time. Well, I mean, little is little. I mean, but
I'm talking
he's not
about
a big
25
time
carries a
running back.
game. 25 carries a game, 5 or 6 receptions. That's a lot of beating for a guy his size. I think he weighs like 190, maybe 200. He can run though. He's pretty good.
I mean, McCaffrey's not much bigger, so.
But it's so much better.
But McCaffrey's big time, and I'm just saying nothing against Tony Pollard. He's just not big time now.
He's good, not great. Is that what you're saying?
Big time running back.
Is that what you're saying, Happy? He's big. He's
No,
good, not great.
They just need a big time running back. They need a name back there. They need somebody to make defenses go, uh-oh.
We got a game plan for this guy.
So,
Agreed. Antonio, my Staten Bull guy, is a diehard Duke fan. What's the score there, Antonio?
77-63 Duke.
Duke's playing at NC State. Have you heard that? 77-63. Time?
1:39 in the second half.
The game's over. Yeah. All right, I think we've exhausted our we've exhausted our woodshed topic with the Russell Wilson, and we touched on some NFL stuff. Let's go college hoops, Hap.
Well, hold on a minute. Hold on,
okay.
Hey, Antonio.
Listening.
We never found out where you think Russell Wilson will go.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we didn't. I only asked you.
So apparently, Kirk Cousins is on the Falcons' radar.
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah.
Go. That's a mistake, man. That guy's been. I got respect for him. He bet on himself 3 times and won. Only thing that stopped him,
Antonio,
has been the injury.
I'm trying to think what teams really need a quarterback. The Steelers, of course.
How about this? We'll come back to Antonio. Let him think a little bit because we put him on the spot here.
Okay. Yeah, let me think about that.
We'll come back in 5 minutes. What do you think, Hap, about we already covered that. Russell Wilson. Pittsburgh, no. Raiders, no.
No, I don't think it'd be a good fit in the Raiders, but I think it'd be a good, Mike Tomlin has a way of taking people and just making them better. And they've got a new offensive coordinator there now who is an offensive guru, supposedly, and they don't know if Kenny Pickett's going to be the answer. But one thing I will say about Kenny Pickett, man, that kid is tough as nails.
Pickett?
That kid is tough as nails. So, and it wouldn't be a bad idea to keep him, but if they get a chance to get a Russell Wilson, or, you know, you might have to pursue that opportunity.
So Happy and Antonio, Mason Rudolph is not the answer because they finally they cut Trubisky and benched him, now cut him. Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, they need a new guy or one of those guys can actually do it. You said you like Pickett's toughness.
Yeah, he is tough, man, and I think he's only going to get a little bit better. He didn't take a step back this year from last year, so which is what you saw with a lot of young quarterbacks in the league this year. But I don't think Mason Rudolph is what you want to have as your go-to in case something goes wrong. I think that you keep Pickett, you bring in a veteran like Wilson, let Wilson finish his last year or two that he's going to play in the NFL. Let Pickett learn while he's playing behind Wilson. Get him some playing time in some games that are blowouts and games that don't matter. You let Russell Wilson go after 2 years or maybe 1 year, whatever.
Signed to a 2-year deal, right?
Pickett,
yeah.
And you put Pickett back in the starting lineup. He'll have more knowledge. He'll have more experience. He would have seen some things behind Wilson. Because remember now, he played, I think, for only a year with Roethlisberger. I think.
Yeah, I think you might be right. If you're not right, it's 2 years at the most.
If a year.
If you're not right, it's 2 years at the most.
Yeah.
Happy. You might want to stop comedy, man. Be a GM. That's a good point.
So, the logic being this, that, you know, people like Aaron Love played a couple years behind Brett Favre. People like Jordan Love for the Packers played a couple years behind Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So all these young quarterbacks, with the exception of maybe Josh Allen, they played behind somebody for the most part and learned.
They weren't thrown on the deep end, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm just saying what I said, but they weren't, you know, they just had the opportunity to sit and watch and learn from a great veteran quarterback before they, you know, took over the starting job. And I think that would help Kenny Pickett a lot. So bringing a veteran in like Russell Wilson would be a good idea. And with Mike Tomlin and Russell Wilson there, new offensive coordinator, the defense is going to be stout always in Pittsburgh. So.
But when you say bring in a veteran, they're bringing in a high-level veteran, not some guy who's a backup for his career, but a high-level veteran.
Yeah.
Antonio's shaking his head over here. We're going to give Antonio the floor. Go, Antonio.
No, I'm just wondering how Pickett would feel about that, being that it'd be his third year, and then he'd be essentially benched for Russell Wilson.
If Russell Wilson, but Russell Wilson's better than he is, though.
Well,
Like, he didn't take
Antonio.
Oh, Tony, there's no way you're saying or thinking that Kenny Pickett and Russell Wilson are on the same plateau.
No, but the thing I think is that the only reason that this is a question is because Kenny Pickett didn't take the jump from his first year to this past season that most people thought he would. But I don't think like sitting him on the bench and
You don't hurt his confidence? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't think that necessarily.
What do you think about that happen? Now, I'll say this as a former D1 athlete, and I was one. Guys, a lot of times are close in ability. You see what I'm saying?
But have resentment.
Well, of course you have resentment if you're not playing, but I'm saying confidence is the key.
Right.
Now, if you aren't playing deep down inside, now, yes, that's that 1%, 2% chance a coach doesn't like you. What's the guy, Willie Parker? I think, what's his name that played here?
Yeah, and then play for the Steelers.
You understand? I think there was something going on with him and John Bunny.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. There's something going on. But 98% of the time, a coach thinks you're not the guy playing ahead of you can help him win. He wants to keep his job.
Right.
And guys can look in the mirror. They know if a guy's better than him. You know what I'm saying?
Because thinking about it, isn't the Washington quarterback position kind of up in the air right now too?
I'm going to speak for my co-host right now. Happy's a big Sam Howell fan. Am I wrong in saying that, Hap? You got a lot. You like Howell, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, Hap likes Sam Howell. I thought that God, man, I'm getting old because I can't remember the guy's name. The backup. Come on, play for the Colts. Backed up Tom Brady one year. Went to state. Come on, Hap.
Went to state.
I'm sorry, Antonio. Google it, man. The backup quarterback for the Washington Commanders. I'm looking right at him, man. It's not bad. But anyway, the point I'm making is, you know if a guy's better than you or not. A lot of guys won't admit it publicly, but deep down inside they know.
Oh, Jacoby Brissett.
There you go. Hap, is Sam Howell that much better than Jacoby Brissett for the Commanders?
No.
But better. He's better enough to start. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think, some management, they don't have the nerve to draft somebody and then make him starter.
And the money.
And then give them all that money and then say, well, look, we're going to bring up a journeyman backup to replace you.
I thought Brissett was good with the Colts. He was good that year when that transition year when Brady went to the Buccaneers. But he's gonna be the backup again for Howell this year because they didn't give him that money, man. They're gonna rob the money. They got a new coach though. They fired Rivera go. Ron Rivera, Mr. Predictable, run it left, run it right. Oh, let's let Cam Newton try to make it. Yeah, they were horrible. I don't know. All right, are we done with football?
Well,
are you done with football, Happy?
Let me answer
Antonio?
Let me answer Antonio's thing. You asked the question.
Yeah, go. I'm sorry.
About Pickett and his confidence. College and pro, different animals.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, for me, Pickett, it's going to be hard for him if they bring in Russell Wilson. It's going to be hard for him. But the thing he's got to realize is, though, he will be their starting quarterback.
Happy, when you say it's hard for him, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Please excuse me. When you said hard for him, meaning if they bring in Russell Wilson, that'll kill his confidence? Is that what you mean?
No, it's just going to be hard for him to understand how this system's going to work. So, it's hard to be a starter, and all of a sudden you bring in somebody else, and you're not the starter. But you have to realize, too, as a player, teams want to win now.
Oh, yeah, it's not like old days,
There's no doubt in my mind.
I think we lost Happy. Yeah, we lost him. He'll be back. Happy's out in the middle of the ocean, middle of the Atlantic, on the ship. He uses these internet cards, and it's hard to sometimes lose our connection.
Because my thing is, I just can't see Pickett being okay with.
I don't think
taking first team reps, and then Russell Wilson comes in, and then he has to go back to taking second team reps, and he's still under a rookie contract. There's no guarantee that they'll re-sign him.
They got to sign him. Let's say.
Because it depends on everybody else's contract. Let's
say Russell Wilson comes to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
They got to resign Pickett because he could be the backup.
No, they resign him. No, because he's on what's the
He's on his rookie deal still.
Right. What's the because this is his upcoming third year, right?
Right.
What's the rookie contract number?
I don't know the numbers, but what I'm saying is this.
In terms of the length of time, do you know?
Ain't it 5 years?
Is it?
No, 4 years. It can't be that long because of football. Football's the expectancy is not that long. Just look at Kenny Pickett's contract. $4 years. With a 5th-year team option. Here we go. We're going to find out what Pickett's going to do. Or what his options are.
So next 3 years on a $14 million rookie contract plus 5th-year option.
That's almost $5 million a year, man.
So 5th-year option. When was that? So that was
That'd be $17 million, don't you?
so that was last year that this article was written. I don't know. Because I feel like there are so many quarterbacks coming out of college now that are really good.
That and ego bruise, all
Yeah.
kind of things come into play, man.
So I think that'd be an iffy situation.
And some guys, I'll tell you this, as a player, as an athlete coming up,
Hmm.
if I knew I was the guy or you had my back,
Right,
I'd run through the wall.
right.
Some guys, if they think the coach isn't with them or blah, 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 they shut down.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen.
No, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So it's not always ability, man. It's how you want to roll. I think we got my main man, Hap Cole, coming back on the line here.
WCOM. All right.
All right, Happy. Mr. Cole. Happy,
Yeah.
are you there? All right, Hap. Listen, Kenny Pickett's on his, he signed a 4-year rookie contract, $14 million with a 5th-year option. If Russell Wilson goes
Yeah.
there. No, listen, if Russell Wilson goes there, this will be his 4th year coming up. If Wilson goes there, he'll get this year, but will he take that 5th-year option and stay if he isn't still the starter? Do you think Russell Wilson? Here's the question: is Russell Wilson still viable in the NFL? What do you think, Antonio? Is he still
My
viable?
opinion. Oh,
Yes.
Happy.
The question I feel like is he a starter?
Happy. What do you think? Is Russell Wilson still somebody you can build around, or are those days in the past?
no, I think he still is. I mean, there's some teams that could use a quarterback like Russell Wilson still to this day. So
You know, I think he
brings
use
a
him
lot
also.
to the table.
You know, who use him also is Tennessee Titans. Even though I think Henry might walk.
Could use him.
Who? Say again,
Yeah,
Hap?
Tennessee could use him.
Yeah, Tennessee Titans could use him. I think Antonio's building up. I see him winding up. What you got to say, Antonio?
Or even though he was the first pick, if a quarterback coming up under a veteran quarterback is the play to go, it'd be the Panthers, I think.
Even though Antonio's a Panther fan, and I give him a hard time being a homer, I think you might be on something. Bring in Wilson. Let Bryce
Panthers could use
Packers
him.
use him. Yeah.
Huh?
And I'm telling you, man, the
Atlanta could
Panthers,
use
even though
it.
they had a terrible record, Antonio, they won a lot of those games. But 5, 6 of those games, it could have gone either way. They just couldn't score.
Yeah, the defense held as long as they could.
Yeah, they lose 10, 14 to 10, 17, 14. But yeah,
Atlanta could use him.
the Falcons.
Indianapolis could use him.
Stop. Who? But he's come off an injury though.
Yeah,
What did he hurt?
I think that
His shoulder.
shoulder,
Yeah,
collarbone.
his surgery. Yeah. But he can't. He's not very accurate though. He's a hell of an athlete, but he's not very accurate. Richardson, I mean.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, all these teams could use Russell Wilson.
I think we own something, bro. I think we own something. Happy, do not
So I think he's still viable.
get off the
He's still
phone.
viable.
Happy,
He's
do not
still
get
needed.
Yeah. Do not get off the phone. Happy, we're going to
All right.
recognize our underwriters right quick. Do not go anywhere. Stay right where you are. Go, Antonio.
You are listening
I'll call you
to
guys back at 11:40.
make it 11:42. You are listening to WCOM LP, Chapel Hill and Carborough. That is 103.5 on your local dial and WCOMFM.org worldwide.
Oh, my God.
Our underwriters are the Dead Mule Club, located at 303 West Franklin Street. Owners Matt Putnam and Big Sam. Go check them out for their awesome patio, great food, and great conversation.
And they got that TV out there on that patio. It's nice, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Plenty of and March Madness.
Yeah.
So go check them out.
And Duke Hateness, go.
Don't go there for that. Bow Bar, located at 705 West Rosemary Street. Owners John Bowman and Amanda Barr. Go check them out. They have a new patio also, and they are great people and an awesome ambiance.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite hangouts, man. I love that place. And those owners are really good friends of mine. They're good people. Go.
And go check them out. Maybe Lynwood will give you an autograph. Midway Barbershop, located at 707 West Rosemary Street. Owner Stepney Edwards. How long's it been there?
Since 52. Since 52. 1952. So 72 years. How crazy, man. How crazy.
That's funny.
The Merch, located at 101 Lloyd Street. Go check them out for your screen printing needs.
My main man, Chip Hoppin, is a partner Patrick. Yeah, so go check them out.
And last but not least, World Headquarters Cigars, located at 102 South Merritt Mill Road. Owner Kelly Masters Melton.
Yeah, I go there to get my sticks from, man. She's also very nice and easy on the eyes. But that's another conversation.
And if anyone is interested in becoming an underwriter for the show,
Bam.
Feel free to email us at the Sporting Hour CH. Is it CH?
CH, yeah.
It's kind of bad because I'm the one that came up with the the email, but at gmail.com.
That was funny, man. Hey, Hap. I hate to put you on the spot, but we need one, man. We got a John for the night. You got one? Oh, by the way, that joke you told last
Not
week.
yet.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. Been killing it, man. Been killing it. Oh my God, so funny. People been slapping their leg, man. You know what I'm talking about? 75-year-old lady.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's better they slap their leg than slap you.
Oh, that's a good one. That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, Lynwood.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. What?
No, I'm serious about what he said about autographs. You said, man, go down there and sign some autographs, man.
To where? I know the joke in here somewhere. What?
No, I'm serious. I mean, you want to drum up business for the show? You want to get some more underwriters, get some more sponsors?
I know you're going to hit me with something, but it's okay. But it's cool.
No, I'm serious.
You're dead serious.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
There you go.
look, in that area right there, like the old Browns in Cleveland, you know, the old Buccaneers in Tampa, you're always a story.
Yeah, people got long memories, man. You're right, bro.
So,
Makes sense.
always a story.
Well, Antonio, he's good for something, man. Besides liking Duke, he's good for something else, man. Oh, by the way, for our listeners out there, I do have a diehard. I'm talking about diehard Duke fan sitting up here in the show, making points. We should kick him out of here, but he's all right.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yes, he does. You can come over here and run the board.
Nah, don't need that. Whole show is shut down.
Yeah. you want to keep your enemies close to you. So,
Hap. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer, right?
that's right.
There you go.
So if you look at him as a Duke fan, as an enemy, keep him right there next to you.
A stinking Duke fan.
Let's go.
Yeah, and plus the other reason is you have no idea how to run that damn board. So
That is true. I have absolutely zero tech ability. I'm the worst.
Antonio.
I can barely send an email.
Yes.
Here we go.
if you left him with that board,
Oh my God.
we would broadcast to one car, Buick parked in the parking lot.
But Hap, you remember
Or
when Antonio missed the Christmas show? I did it. Well, what I did was I turned it on and never turned it off. We went straight through for 3 hours. No breaks, no
I
songs,
don't know.
no nothing.
I don't know if you did it. You hit the home button. You hit the home button.
Oh my
And
God,
then you hit the off button. That was it.
you crazy, man. See, you see how I get treated,
So he
man.
needs you, Antonio.
You see how I get
He
treated.
needs you.
You see how I treat it. That's how I get treated, man. I need like a root canal. That's how I need him. All right, here we go.
A root canal is needed.
Yeah, sometimes. Here we go. Here's the topic, Cap. LeBron and Steph are the rivalry of the 2010s, correct? Would you agree?
Say that again.
LeBron James
Say that again.
and Steph Curry is the rivalry of the 2010s in the NBA. Does Kevin Durant fit anywhere in there? Is he part of that? Is he the third best player of the 2010s? Or are we undervaluing
Here's the
him?
thing. I don't ever think Steph and LeBron were rivalries.
How can you say that? They played in 3 finals.
They're too nice of a guys to make anything a rivalry. There's no hatred there.
Can I say something and make a point here? Happy, are you listening? Happy, are you there?
Yeah. Yes.
I hate you, man. That's a great point. You make me sick. I should have came in with that. Great. They're two nicer guys. Two sweeter guys. You're right. They're not mean
They're
enough.
too nice of guys, man. There's no hatred there. They're hugging each other and calling each other when they're not playing together, going out to dinner together. You can't be rivals like that.
But what about
No.
the teams, though? Their opposing teams made each other 3 times in the finals, with the Warriors winning twice.
Yeah, the team may be, yeah, but still,
Not those
I
two.
mean,
Not those two.
no.
So what you said is it's not Russell, Wilt, or Bird Magic. It wasn't like that, right?
No, it's not that, man.
Ah.
You know, it's not like Jordan and some of the Pistons. It's not like,
Barkley.
you know, Barkley. It's not like Larry Bird and Dr. J, who actually went to fisticuffs in a game. You know, it's none of that. It's none of that. I mean, none of it.
But let me ask you this, though. Is Kevin Durant anywhere in that conversation as, like, the third best player? He won 1 or 2 MVPs. 1, right, Antonio? He won 1. When he thanked his mother, you remember? When he said she's a real MVP? Yeah, I think he won 1. But is he anywhere close to being with those guys happy?
Well, yeah, you gotta put him in the mix. I mean,
And he destroyed LeBron in one of those finals they won. Destroyed him.
yeah, the thing that hurts him a lot is, and like it hurts a lot of great players that played in the Jordan era or the Chamberlain era or the Bird Magic era, is the fact that you don't get all the ink. You don't get it.
Because you're losing to the guy who does get it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm with you.
he's won a couple of how many championships he won? He's won 2 with the
2 with the Warriors, right?
Warriors, I think. Yeah.
We're going to find out for sure, and Tony's going to look that up real quick. I think he won 2 with the Warriors.
Yeah.
And he lost 1 with Oklahoma City versus Miami, which they should have won.
Yeah. Yeah.
James
So,
Harden was a no-show
don't-
that whole series as the 6th man.
I think that the fact that and he doesn't want to be out there. That's not what he's in it for. LeBron loves the attention. LeBron loves being out there. LeBron wants to be, the face of the NBA.
Durant doesn't. I'm with you, Happy. That's a good point. And, Hap, yes, Durant has 2 championships, both with Golden State. He lost 1 when they lost to OKC, lost to Miami.
Yeah. So, and I think that for a guy like him, he just wants to show up, play basketball, and that's it. I mean, he could care less about, being one of those guys in the top 3 or the face of the NBA or any of that kind of stuff.
He doesn't care.
I don't think it matters to him, man. I mean, I think he just. Whereas I think Steph likes doing all the commercials. I think LeBron loves being the face of the NBA. I think he loves all the attention. He loves the accolades, and yeah.
But after those 3, But after those three, there's a great. Would you agree, Antonio? A great drop off after those three. After Steph Curry, relevance for the 2010s until now, relevance in the NBA.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But I don't think any of them were rivals, really. I don't think that any of them were rivals, really. I think there was too much team jumping because it's not the players themselves. It's more
which LeBron actually ushered in and then complained about it.
Yeah. Like the Celtics and the Heat. That's probably the last great rivalry, I feel like. Now,
usually I would give you a hard time because you're a Heat fan, but you're right though. And the Heat usually keep their players. They don't. A lot of guys don't leave the Heat.
I would disagree with that.
Say again.
Which part?
Go with it. Which part, Happy?
I think the last great rivalry was Kobe's Lakers against Kevin Garnett and
Celtics.
The Celtics.
Okay, so since then, that was a rivalry, but since then, no great one?
No.
How about the Heat being down with a 3-1 last year to the Bucks, or 2 years ago?
That's not. I don't think that's a rivalry though.
Yeah, the Bucks are better.
It's not a rivalry, no.
Because you don't have the
no.
the teams circling each other on the
and there's no
calendar
history either. There's no history.
And just pure hatred for someone. Everyone's too nice, and there's no junk talking really anymore. The refs
AAU
tech people up, and AAU ball. These players are playing together, traveling together, and
well, they grew up competing against each other. They're all friends.
Yeah.
Well, back when I was coming through, if someone went to Michigan State, you didn't know that guy. You never knew him. Now, there's traveling teams, the AAU ball, and all that. It's totally different. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think Antonio brings up a good point, though, about that team jumping thing. If LeBron had stayed with the Cavaliers and they had faced the Warriors a few more times, I think that would be one of the great rivalries in the last 40 years.
Well, there was a. I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but there was a time when either the Celtics or the Lakers were in the NBA Finals, 12 straight years or 15, something like that happened. You remember that? From the 70s on to the until the 2000s. One of those teams was in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like that anymore because guys jump around so much, and I understand it because everybody's making money. I get it, but it's totally different, man.
And here's the other thing that makes a great rivalry, which we don't have today.
What's that?
Your best player's black, my best player's white.
Are you talking about the Lakers and Celtics with Bird and Magic?
I'm saying we don't have that anymore today.
I think the Wemby, Chet, Spurs, Thunder could turn into that eventually.
I think Wemby's better than Chet though. They ain't even close.
Yeah,
no.
So you're saying the media can make it a rivalry?
I think it could turn into that.
He's French, and so he wouldn't be considered.
It's hard for a European to be the face of the league. I'm with you on that, Happy.
Well, no, I'm not saying he's going to be the face of the league, but him and Chet Hunter will never have the Bird Magic rivalry. I get the fact because he's not really considered black.
Wemby?
Yeah, so that will not be that.
Well,
Bird was a black kid that grew up in the streets of Lansing.
Magic, yeah.
Larry Bird was a good old white boy from the redneck Hicks, of Prince Lick, Indiana.
Yeah.
You can't get any more diverse than that.
If they wrote a script, if a Hollywood writer sat down and wrote that story, it couldn't turn out better than it did, right, Happy?
It could not.
Happy, me and Happy Cole, this is when we were young friends, like new friends, sat in He's Not Here, which is the bar still here now, and we were the only two guys in there rooting for the Lakers. Remember that, Hap?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. And that's the game where Magic threw that junior sky hook over McHale and Parrish and won that game. And me and Hap stood up and just, yeah! So we were the only guys in the room for the Lakers. That was great, man. But those days are over.
Well, the reason I brought them up is because I feel like
no, your point was valid, Tony.
The media will hype it up as the battle of the big, quote-unquote, big men. that big man doesn't. They're not.
Let me tell you something right now. Chet Holmgren and what's the kid's name from Duke?
Bancaro
came out the same year. Holmgren hurt his foot, missed the whole year. But of that class, Banchero's the best player in that class. He's better.
That.
He's better than Holmgren.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not by a mile, but better.
But I think it's the height thing, and then the hype that
These are both 7-footers. Yeah.
And then the hype that they were getting out of college and all of that. But yeah, we'll see what.
But the fix was in for Wemby to be Rookie of the Year before the season even started. Just like, and see if Happy agrees with this, because you might not remember. Happy and I remember. Happy when LeBron won the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2003. Carmelo should have got it, man, because Carmelo took his team to the playoffs with the winning record. LeBron, the Cavaliers had a losing record, but they gave it to him anyway. Correct, Mr. Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah. The fix is in.
It's not a team award, though.
Didn't Melo
It's not
average
a
more
team
points?
award.
I'm amazed that when you make your point, winning only matters when you get what you want. It does matter. Winning does matter. Winning
I
does
didn't
matter.
say winning didn't matter. I'm saying those awards like that, Rookie of the Year, it's not a team award.
Well,
All they
I
do is
would-
look at who
I
played
would
the
venture
best,
a guess.
who played the hardest, who put up the best numbers, and that's it. Doesn't
I
matter
would
if you're
venture a
losing or winning team.
guess if
Rookie of the Year.
I would venture a guess that I would say over 70% of the NBA Rookie of the Years came from winning teams, not from losing teams.
Well, that could be. That could be.
Well, then that makes my point. Then
But this year, Wemby's
Mm-hmm.
going to win. He's on a losing team.
who? Say again.
The French dude's going to win. He's on a losing team.
I think I said in the first sentence that the fix was in for Wemby to win it before the season even started.
But see, here's the thing.
But not only they're a losing team, they're all time like super worst team. They're terrible.
I don't think it's a fix either. I think that they wanted him to win it because they thought he's going to be great.
That's the fix.
Keep in
That's
mind
what a fix
now.
means.
But listen to me.
Yeah.
If he had come to America and put up bad numbers,
Right.
he wouldn't win.
Happy. They're down 20 in the fourth quarter, and he's padding stats. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
What?
we've had this conversation.
Yeah,
before.
yeah, it does matter. It does matter.
At the end of the day,
That's not winning basketball.
They're going to say how many points did he have in the game,
Okay,
how many rebounds did he have in the game,
okay,
how many assists.
okay.
They're going
And
to take
Happy?
those three things
Okay.
and compare it to the
And
other
Happy,
rookies.
you are a huge UNC fan. You worship at the altar like I do of Dean Smith, and he was the one who said that they're empty stats. The Spurs are 13 wins and 48 losses, and they're out of almost every game. Yeah, they
Now,
stink.
who's arguing with you with that? Who's arguing you with that?
What I'm saying is, Dean Smith,
Nobody's arguing with
John Wooden, all of them said it doesn't matter if you're down 20 and you. That's Chris Bosh when he was in Toronto. He's a
you. Okay.
multi All-Star, but the Raptors were always out of games. They're down 15 and he's just
Okay.
getting. Yeah, come on. That's why Paul Pierce is
So at the
great.
end of the game,
What now?
at the end of the game, he still had what he had.
Okay. Well, this is what I'll say. You and I vehemently disagree on empty stats.
Well, you can't
And-
take points from people. I mean, you can't do that.
We vehemently agree. And also,
And that's
you
not
can't
even
take
a-
getting your ass
That's not
kicked.
even a real stat they consider. That's not even a real stat they
I just-
consider when it comes to Rookie of the Year.
Empty stats. man.
Empty buckets.
You're down 25, 30
No.
points, and you get 15 points in the fourth quarter, 5 minutes, where the game doesn't matter. That still matters? No, it doesn't. It's over.
Do they consider that? Do they consider that as a part of a calculation? And
It's
stats?
not an official stat, but many a
Okay,
coach,
then. They go
including
by official stats.
including Coach Smith,
That's how they
including Mike
choose the
Krzyzewski,
coaches.
including
That's
Phil
how they
Jackson,
choose
has
the
all
Rookie of
said,
the
has
Year.
all called them empty stats. We just
Period.
disagree. You and I disagree.
You can call it whatever you want to. At the end of the year, Wembanyama is averaging 21 points a game.
And at the end of the year, they're going to win 15 games, and they stink.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's got nothing to do with him.
is he on the court? It's got everything. It's got a lot to do with him if he's playing.
He's still putting up 21 points a game. That's why he's going to win. the
When
Rookie of
nothing
the Year.
matters. When nothing matters. That's why Paul Pierce is a great player because he led the NBA in fourth quarter scoring 5 seasons. That's why he's a great player.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
You and I vehemently disagree on this.
You find me some official record that says empty stats take away from the process of scoring a player's scoring average in a game.
Well, again, we vehemently disagree. But, okay, you have your point.
We don't disagree.
Yeah, we do. You're saying he should be Rookie of the Year. I'm saying...
You're arguing something that's make-believe.
Make-believe?
Yeah.
In what way?
They're not tracking that. They're not saying, oh, well, we can't give him the Rookie of the Year because most of his games he scored 15 points in the fourth quarter when they were down by 20.
Yeah. Does it? Oh, my God. Okay, all right. Like I said, we vehemently disagree, and we're going to move on. We vehemently disagree. I think Wemby...
We don't disagree on anything.
I think Wemby is the future of the NBA. But like you said, because he's European, he won't be the face of the league. But it's going to be scary, though. He can play. He's on a bad team.
Well, he's going to be Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. There's no doubt. I think that fix was in before the season even started. But then I think we disagree on that, too. All right, here we go. Hap. College hoops. Antonio. College hoops men. Happy. Now, you know I'm not a Kevin Sampson fan. But Houston, what do you think about Houston could win this thing? What do you think? And what do you think about the Final Four chance? I think, let me finish first. I think they got a legitimate chance to go to the Final Four, and they're one of the few teams who doesn't have a stud player. It's a balanced team. Go, Happy. I'm sorry. Go.
Well, they certainly, they play great defense. They play good team defense.
Yes.
They've got this kid Sweat at the point guard who's almost unstoppable with the ball in his hand. He's unbelievable.
I think he's an NBA player.
Just he can score from anywhere on the floor. And they've got bigs that play really well, and they run the floor real well. And like I said, they play great team defense. And the thing that makes them great is they get scoring from all five positions. So it's not like, a team that's only getting scoring from the point guards or a team like Carolina gets a lot of scoring from Davis and what's the other kid named Ingram, I think it is. And every other night you'll get some good numbers from Baycott. Whereas Houston, they get scoring from everybody all the time. And they are just a swarming, suffocating man-on-man defensive team.
That is the point, Happy. They can guard you. They can guard you. So you're right.
And I watched Tennessee play the other night, too.
Oh, that's my next point. Houston, I think, is a Final Four candidate. Have you seen this kid, Connect? I think his name is Dalton Connect. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Yeah, that's right. Connect.
Yeah, Connect. Yeah. This kid can play. I think he's a pro, Hap.
No, he is a pro.
Yeah.
He really is.
Do you think at
I'm not sure of his height. I think he's about 6'7" or 6'8", I think.
They list him at 6'6", which leads me to think he's probably 6'5". They list him at 6'6", 204, but he can score though. He can shoot the basketball.
That dude can flat out play, man.
Yeah, he might. I think he's an NBA player.
He's got handles. He's got a beautiful jump shot. He can put the ball on the floor with both hands, either direction. He's got tremendous footwork, and he's got hops.
But you know what I also
flat out play,
he can play. No, I also noticed, man, he generates points. I'm talking about the jump shot. I'm talking about a steal here, a tip in there, a dunk here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He generates points, man.
Yeah.
But all right. We didn't get to Tennessee.
No,
do you think Rick Barnes is a good? He's been doing it for years though. So I guess
Rick Barnes is a great coach, man. Not good. I think he's great.
Seems to be. Yeah. All right, Tonio, what do you think about Tennessee? Have you watched them?
I've watched a couple minutes of their games. I don't.
That little guard is good.
Yeah.
He's a black kid, but he's got like a, I don't know. I'm gonna say this and hope I'm not offending. He's got like a, see what that kid's name is. Tennessee. He's a little guard, like about 5'9", but he's Ziegler. Yeah, he can play. What are his numbers looking like? Like 5. What we got, Antonio? He's only shooting 40%, but the 5.8 assists is pretty impressive. 14 that walks it up. So, Tennessee, Houston, and what do you think about UNC and Duke on their Final Four chances? I think UNC can make it. There's no great team or generational player this year. I think they can make it. I also think the hated Blue Devils can make it. You know, Antonio just balled his fist up. What do you think, Hat? What do you think about? I think if Baycock and Ingram for Carolina can clear the boards. And by the way, R.J. Davis is ACC Player of the Year. I don't think there's an argument with that. What do you think, Antonio? Who's even close in the conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ACC Player of the Year, and what he's done at 5'10" is pretty impressive. Happy, what do you think about Carolina and Duke Final Four chances?
I don't think either one of them can make the Final Four.
Because
I think Carolina's going to get exposed, once the competition steps up a level, because they're going to end up playing some teams that have legitimate good big men that can play, run the floor, do athletic things all the time. And I don't think Baycott is that guy.
I'll agree with that.
The ACC runs through me.
I think he's going to.
That's
and I think
the worst statement of all time.
What'd you say?
The ACC runs through him, right? Ain't what he said?
Yeah.
Well, he meant to say he runs over me. Because they're going to get. He is going to get exposed for the average player that he really is. And I think when they start playing these bigger teams, like take a look at this, okay? This scenario: him against Eddie.
Zach Edey from Purdue?
Yeah.
UNC, no contest.
He'd foul out in the first half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when they start playing big men of that quality or strong forwards of that quality, he is going to be, to me, the weak link on the team.
You know what it reminds me of?
And
you remember when, what's his name, man? Luke May was here? Right, remember that happened? Luke May? And UNC played Texas A&M in that regional semifinal. And what's that kid named played for the Celtics for a few years? Robert Williams?
With the dreads.
Yeah. Destroyed the Carolina front line, man. I mean, destroyed him.
Yeah.
It was no contest.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean, Hap?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's just because, the stiffer the competition gets, these teams are going to come in loaded at every position.
And the big man's better.
Now, out of the two teams, if you ask me who I thought had a better chance to make the Final Four, Duke or Carolina, I'd say Duke.
Because?
To me, even though Carolina beat them, to me, Duke is the more complete team.
Yeah, one game doesn't mean a lot.
think,
you're right.
Yeah, and I think what's going to hurt Duke in the long run is coaching. It's not like they don't have the players to be extremely successful. I think coaching will hurt them in the long run.
Shire has some growing to do, no doubt. No doubt.
Because they've got the players, man. Roach is great. The two big men, Filipowski and the other kid,
Mitchell.
Filipowski's
a pro.
He needs to get it together.
He's a pro, though. Yeah, but you're right. I'm with you. Well, this is a fan talking, but he's a pro.
That dude had 9 points.
And the light skin, who's the light skinned dude?
Proctor or McCain.
Proctor.
McCain stepped up.
Proctor and McCain.
Proctor's a pro. McCain is
that dude can shoot.
He's undersized, but he can play.
He can play, man.
He can play.
And I just think you give Coach K that team. I think they have a legitimate chance of going to the Final Four. I don't think Shire's the answer, though.
think
I think they're going to get out coached in a few of these regional games.
You don't think with seasoning?
think
You don't think with seasoning he'll get better? I think he needs like some more years. Forget how young that guy is, man.
I'm not saying he won't get better. I'm just saying right now,
Right
you're talking about this year's Final Four.
As we speak,
I think that's Duke's downfall, is coaching.
I think they got three. I think there's three pros in that team: Filipowski, Proctor, and even though he's undersized, I think McCain's a pro.
I think Mitchell can.
And I don't think Duke could beat Houston right now. I don't think they could beat Connecticut right now.
UConn's nice, man. That's the next up. UConn and Purdue's next up. I was asking you about them. I think UConn. Hurley. I think he actually knows what he's doing, and that guard. Oh my God, he's about 6'5". Look up UConn's roster. I think he's a pro hap. 6'5". He can do it all, man.
Yeah,
man, you know what I'm talking about?
They've got some.
He's a player,
there, man. They've got some.
And that big man's working too. Let's see what their roster is.
Duke to me.
Tristan Newton.
Like I said,
his name is. I'm sorry, Happy. Tristan Newton for UConn, about 6'4" or 5". He can play.
Yeah,
he's a pro.
And I don't think Duke could beat Purdue.
Oh, Hap. It said that Newton went to East Carolina.
Who?
Tristan Newton for UConn transferred from ECU.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Okay.
And where'd that kid that guard? I can't think of his name. The 6'4" white kid. He can play. He can shoot it. He's a pro, I think. Anyway, I find that. Oh man, ECU. I would have never thought that in a million years. That kid right there, Cam Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
He can play too, Hap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
UConn, man, we're gonna see. What do you think about Purdue? They got everybody knows about Zach Edey, the reigning National Player of the Year, 7'3". But they got a little guard.
Well, they got a couple of guards.
They got a little guard. Purdue does. I watched him twice, man. His name escapes me right now. But he's got a nice floor game. He doesn't turn it over. After like 7 to 8 assists a game and like 1 turnover. He's a good player.
You wonder why Eddie puts up good numbers every night. And you would think teams would say, well, we got to double team this guy. But that team is built in a manner that you can't double team him because they surround him with great shooters.
He's a good passer. He's a good turn and pass the ball. And he never brings the ball down. He catches it, keeps it up, dunks it.
Well, and who's the coach there? I forget the guy's name.
He's been there for years. He played there too.
I forget his name, but they surrounded him with some really high quality 3-point shooters. So you can't afford to double team him.
Oh,
because if
he turns
the ball to those guys.
Yeah, he does. He turns and passes right away. Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
It's pretty much the lights out. Now, where they get in trouble is this, though.
What's that?
They don't play good team defense. They get beat a lot off the dribble.
Huh.
So, they're in a lot of games. They very rarely get blown out. But the problem is they're not good in your face like Houston is defenders.
Could that be, Happy? Now listen to this, man. This is what coaches I've been told as a player. And I've listened to coaches. They say if you got a shot blocking big man back there, a lot of teams get slack in the perimeter because then they got that guy back there. Could that be it because of Eddie's back there? I'm thinking it maybe have to do with it.
It could be, and I think it's part of it. But the other part of it is this: you take a team like Houston, that everybody that handles that ball is quick as lightning.
Interchangeable.
So, even though Eddie's back there, you have to stay and play defense and keep your man in front of you. because once he comes over to help, that allows his man to become open.
Right.
So, and that's where they get in trouble. That's where they get beat a lot.
Now Purdue,
He will make it. He will make a difference. He will make you change the shot, or block the shot, or make you pass it.
big and in the
However,
way.
though,
Big and in the way.
if you pass it, his man's open.
That extra pass, yeah. Happy. That little
So-
guard I was talking about for Purdue, that little point guard name is Braden Smith. He's a player. 7 assists a game, 1.5 turnovers. Go and Antonio has a point here.
Well, I think the thing is with Zach is a lot of teams have beaten them with the run and gun style because, you just don't let them set up in their half court.
You're giving transition.
And also, I don't know why teams – I'd rather him, be taking all his shots and just not double down versus him getting off because he's going to get his just because of his size. But why are you doubling down and then leaving others open for the kick out?
And skill. People say that all the time. Oh, he's bigger than everybody. They say about Shaq, Wilt, Kareem, everybody. No, they're bigger, yeah, and better. Go.
Because I've noticed in the ACC, and I don't know why teams have been doing this, Baycott has been getting doubled. And, when he's in the post, and I'm like, play him single coverage because he's just going to kick it out. I don't fear him scoring 30, 35. So I think that could be said of a lot of players. Or if Zach were to get 30, just do your best to limit
If he's
everyone
getting
else.
30, somebody's not getting theirs.
Yeah.
But it really isn't that simple, though, because they wouldn't be paying guys millions of dollars. I follow what you're saying. Zach Edey is a throwback to the great big man days, the Walton, Jabbar, Ralph, those guys. He's big in the way. He can run. He's got great hands. He's a good passer. He's that dude. I don't know how good an NBA player he'll be, but he definitely can post up. Like, let's say Shaq can't play today. What do you think about this, man? Can Shaquille O'Neal play today, Happy? He's the greatest rim runner in the history of basketball. I think. I'm talking about rim to rim. Of course he could. People kill me when they say that. Yeah, of course he could.
And he'd be as dominant, if not more dominant.
Probably more. Who's going to go? Jokic out of the
Well, you
game.
have to learn how to shoot free throws.
He only missed over 5,000. and 2,900 of them were front ends. But he didn't get the second shot.
He'd have everyone fouling out, though. So
True.
Especially with today's rules.
But
Go Happy.
to foul out and not be able to make the free throws.
He's a horrible free throw shooter, man. He was horrible.
Well, y'all did say.
I told you guys why.
Was that? Yeah, I was about to say, Hap. You explained why that was.
Go Happy.
Yes.
Go ahead. Say it again for our
You
listeners.
remember what I told you? The man wears a size 23 shoe.
Oh, my God.
So when he steps to the free throw line, he's shooting a 3-point play.
That's funny.
And much less the size of the ball in his hand.
Yeah.
Hey. Moves alone shot over 80% for his career. Kareem, right at 75, 76. Did an exception to the rule, but I follow what you're saying, Antonio.
At that point, he might as well do the Rick Barry.
Now, Haps can give me a hard time about my use of information, but Rick Barry had Wilt shooting underhanded in practice. They say making 70+%, but he didn't want to shoot like a girl,
Quote unquote.
so he wouldn't do it. Wilt was incredible,
I
man.
don't know why he wouldn't do it.
Hey, people crazy, man, but he was. That guy was so good. But he just, the 2 times Happy that Wilt Chamberlain did his Bill Russell impression, meaning he was a defensive rebounding center, his teams are the best in the league. That Laker team that won 33 in a row will average 14 points a game. Yeah. That 6-7 Sixer team that said the first, they were like 68-13 or whatever it was. 20 points, 20 boards a game. Instead of 35-40. But he just didn't get it, man.
And we have an email question
From
your buddy.
Gaddafi?
Yeah.
What's up?
He said, "Do you know that Coach K recruited Ziegler from Tennessee, and it was between him and Jeremy Roach, and he decided on Roach because Travis Kill played with Roach in high school, and was already committed to Duke."
Wow.
That may or may not be true, but yeah, that makes sense. But also, Gaddafi's a big Duke fan, so he might know this. I don't know. Well,
Yeah,
well, thank you for that thought, for that point, Gaddafi.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great, man. So, I honestly think that the top 4 or 5 or 6 teams right now would be the teams in the Final Four.
For example, I got UNC, not UNC. I got UConn, Purdue, Houston, and I had Marquette up there, but they've fallen off, man. They've fallen off. Duke, Carolina, and Kansas, depending on which team shows up. Happy, what do you think about Kansas, man? I think Bill Self is a top game strategist. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, this is the worst team he's had in 20 years.
That's saying something.
No.
20 years? That might be right.
And he is still doing a hell of a coaching job with these guys.
Happy. One team. I'm sorry. One team we're leaving out that no one's talking about. Well, not talking about like heavily. Arizona and Caleb Love. He's having a hell of a year, by the way. I think he's a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
I think he's a pro, though, but no
What
one's
are
talking
they
about that
ranked,
team.
number 6?
Arizona's sneaky in there, man. What are they ranked right now, Antonio?
They are 23-6.
And rank what?
They are 5th.
5th, yeah.
Are they for real happy?
Well, here's the thing. I've not seen them play.
Not one single
But-
game or nothing at all?
I'm not watching them on TV at all play, so I don't. All I know is Caleb Love is having one of those breakout seasons, and
I think he's a pro.
putting up really
I
good
think he's a
numbers.
pro at 6'4". I think he's a pro.
but I'm not quite sure of their 6 losses. So, before I can make a judgment on them, I'd have to know 2 things.
What's that?
One is who they lost to, and the second thing is the in common things that those teams had to beat them.
That's a good point.
Purdue, Florida Atlantic,
They lost to Florida Atlantic.
Stanford, Washington
That
State,
was a what do you call it, anomaly that Stanford lost. Washington State,
Oregon State,
not a bad team. And that's it.
Washington State again. And that's it.
Yeah, well,
He's kind of kid though.
Yeah,
He's very streaky. Happy.
losing. Who's that?
Love. He's very streaky. If he gets on a hot streak, man, you got problems. I'm saying he's the kind of player that can take you to a championship.
Well, I don't know if anybody this year can take a team to the championship.
There's no generational player or great player. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't think there's a player on any of these top 6 teams that can actually put a team on his back and take him to the championship.
A la what Kemba Walker did a few years, like 10 years ago, whatever it was.
Kemba Walker, a few people have done this, but I just don't see those type of players. And
The reason I bring up Kemba Walker is this. Who's UNC's number 1 go-to guy? Tonio?
R.J. Davis,
How big is R.J. Davis? They listen at 6 feet. If he's 6 feet, I'm 6'9".
5'10",
5'10", maybe 5'11" tops.
5'10" and a half.
Yeah. He's not Kemba Walker. A good player. Going to be ACC Player of the Year. Will go down in UNC lore. But he's not Kemba Walker. There's no... You can't think of one college player that makes your ears perk up right now? One guy you say, I'll be talking about that guy 20 years from now. There's that guy's not around?
Well, not on the top 6 teams. Not to.
I'm with you.
My knowledge.
I'm agreeing with you. I just want to say. I just want to hear you say it. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any one player that's that dominant that could actually carry a team. No. These are all teams. These are all a collective effort of really good coaching and really good players. No team is exceedingly more outstanding than the other team. No team.
Yeah, I'm still a great player. They're a great team, great player. Now, Happy,
No team is.
Happy Cole, Antonio, y'all listen to this. Antonio, listening? The star, a lot of times, of college basketball isn't the coaches. Isn't the players, it's the coaches. Is there one stud coach that's got a good team who can take his team to the Final Four and maybe a championship? A truly great tactician. Are they gone now? Because everybody... Is Bill Self that guy? Hap?
Bill Self is that guy. Calvin Sampson is that guy.
I'd say Hurley.
Hurley is that guy. Barnes is that guy.
Okay.
There's a lot of those guys around.
I
Man.
disagree. Is Calipari that guy? I don't think they're good.
Well, Calipari's that guy, but his team's not that good.
I don't think. Matter of fact, Hap had a house. He was living here in Wake Forest the last time Kentucky won it with Anthony Davis and those guys. Remember that, Hap? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I was at his house that night and they won.
He is a big-time college basketball coach.
He's a big-time college basketball recruiter. Yes. And Kentucky sells itself. Well, you got to get the guy credit, man. He's won everywhere he's been. Got to get the guy credit.
Yeah. Yeah, he can coach. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I think, unfortunately for him, with NIL, that hurt him.
NIL hurt Kentucky? In what way?
Mm-hmm.
In what way?
I think the players that were going to Calipari before NIL are not going there now.
Because?
They don't need to.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember now, Kentucky was the gateway to the NBA.
You saying they don't need to have money other places?
Yeah, these kids now make money in college. So the gateway to the NBA is
I follow you.
Any big-time school.
You know the joke is, man, the joke back in the day have college football, if Oklahoma and Texas guys went to the NFL, they took a pay cut.
Yeah, I believe that. Not now, though.
Not now, though, but yeah, in the 70s, 80s, 90s, they took a pay cut.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't think that Calipari has the
underwriter,
the edge that he used to have. I don't think he's getting the dynamic, great players that he used to get. Because think about it. Who was the last great player to come out of Kentucky?
You have a point there. You have a point there, Happy. I know, but where? Yeah, you have a point there, Happy. It's been a minute for they had a stud. What's that kid's name? He was player of the year last year, actually. Oscar something. Led the nation in rebounding 2 years in a row. He can't get in the game now because he can't shoot. He's playing with the Rockets, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what was it? Did Booker play? Where did Booker play? Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, Booker. Monk, Fox.
Monk's a stud, man. Monk couldn't get in the game for the Charlotte Hornets. Couldn't get in the game, and now he's a major contributor, one of the better teams in the NBA at Sacramento. Hey, listen, remember Boogie Cousins?
Boogie, the cat playing in Minnesota, big guy.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins. Now he's playing he's in Taiwan.
No, not DeMarcus Cousins, the big cat.
Oh, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, Kentucky. Anthony Davis, Kentucky.
Yeah. Oh, he's put 25 guys in the league since he's been there. I'm sure 20 guys easily.
Yeah.
John Wall,
John Wall, Kentucky. Yeah. So.
Well, I tell this story because we've been doing this show for a few years, but I tell this story. When I was 13, 1977, John Calipari was my counselor at UNC Wilmington basketball camp. He was there for 2 years, and he transferred back home where he's from in New Jersey and played at D2 school in New Jersey. And then his first coaching job was as a grad assistant at Kansas at Larry Brown. So he learned from the best.
Yeah, so now, though, he doesn't have those players coming
guys
through on a regular basis like that.
He used to get one every year. You're right, Happy. He used to get one every year, but now it's changed. All right, Hap.
Yeah.
Hap. All right. Let me think. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give a shout-out to my second alma mater, App State University. They're 25-5. They won the regular season Sun Belt Championship. Their first since 1979 regular season outright win. And they received 6 top 25 votes this past week. Maybe they get in the next week. They keep winning. But congrats to them, man. I think they're going to make the tournament. I think they'll be an at-large team. Even if they don't win the tournament, I think they could be an at-large team. Good for them. All right. Happy. We're switching genders here to women's basketball, Antonio and Hap. I say that Caitlin. I'm sorry? What do you say, Hap?
I said, are you transitioning?
Yeah. That's a good one. Listen, I say that's funny. I say Caitlin Clark isn't the best women's player I've seen, but she's she's definitely the most important. Do you agree with me, Happy? Important, that is, as in she's going to lift women's hoops up more when she gets to the WNB next year. She's definitely the most important. The hype, her record the record she's broken, her style of play, her flair. Are you with me on this, or do you disagree?
Let me put it this way.
What?
Let me put it this way. I think she's certainly the most important women's college basketball player.
That's what I mean, yeah. So you agree with me?
Well, I didn't say pros. You said pros.
Oh, okay. Go. No. What I'm saying is she's the most important, meaning her step. I think Caitlin Clark's going to make $5 million a year next year in endorsements. She'll probably get a deal with Nike or whoever. Maybe a headphone deal or something, or she's going to have a cellular phone deal, Verizon, AT&T, somebody. You know what I mean? She's going to up the ante for the women's game. Not to mention she could play too. But comparing her record to Pete Maravich is kind of ridiculous. She's probably played 80 more games, and he didn't play as a freshman. She did. But go ahead, Hap. What do you think about her importance?
And no free throw line. 3-point line.
Yes. But I'll say this about
very true.
This is what I'll say about Pete Maravich.
Very true, Antonio.
He played an incredibly weak SEC at the time, and he never made the tournament.
Because he played in the 83 career games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. She's probably what, 150? Yeah, 150, 140.
Yeah,
something like that. She's probably 70 more games.
I have it.
He can look it up. But the point I'm making is the pistol was in something else, man. What do you average, 44 points a game, 45 points a game or something?
44 and some change.
Yeah. Antonio doing that right now. All right, Happy.
44 and some change.
44.5.
Wow.
I think he averaged 44.5 points a game.
I don't think Caitlin Clark is great for women's basketball.
Uh-oh. I got to hear this.
130.
Go, Happy.
But
83.
I don't know if her impact in the WNBA is going to be as grand as people think it's going to be.
Now, this is what I say. The best players I've seen in women's basketball, Taurasi, Swoops, Cheryl Miller, Holtzclaw. What's that girl's name, man? Oh my God, Catchings. There've been some good ones, man, but she's not them though. But she might be the most important. For example, Happy. What do you think about this? This is a Mike Krzyzewski quote. Grant was the best. Christian was the most intense, but Johnny was the most important. Do you agree with that, Hap?
Well,
But I'm saying
I mean,
she's the most important. I'm saying maybe Taurasi. The point I'm making is Taurasi, Cheryl Miller may have been better, but she's the most important. As in, she's raised the awareness of it.
well, yeah, I hope for her sake. I hope that she plays well.
She will.
I don't think she's going to do in the WNBA what she's doing now, though.
Oh, she gonna have 30 points a game in the NBWA. No.
Because they have some stars already in the WNBA.
I got some players.
So
She be good, bigger, faster, better.
you know, and they're not going to let her come down court and shoot from the logo.
Oh, somebody pick her up. As soon as the ball is taken out, somebody gonna pick her up.
Somebody will knock the hell out of her.
It's hard. Last time I checked, it's kind of hard to score without the ball. What do you think, Happy?
Well, it's kind of hard to score when you can't see the ball.
There you go.
You know,
There you go. And I'll say this.
These are pro women.
I'll say this, man. Not because my friends on the other end. If I'm younger coming up, Happy Cole's on my team defensively. He can guard, not only guard a position, could guard bigger people because those are arms. Have you ever had your wingspan measured, man?
Yeah, I have the wingspan of a 5'4" guy.
It's the other way around. You're 6'1", 6'2". I bet you got the wingspan of a guy 6'6", 6'7". It's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
To run too. Great shape. God,
But I do think that she will bring a lot more attention to the WNBA.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good for the game.
She's gonna make $5
I think she might be right though with endorsement deal.
She's gonna make $5 million
She'll be
next
the
year.
first
Maybe more.
WNBA player to break that barrier. I think
Break
she
the
will.
bank. Yeah. She's gonna. Nike or Adidas, somebody's gonna give her a huge shoe deal. Like I'm saying, she's gonna probably have a phone deal with somebody, some cellular lines give her big money. She's gonna break the bank, man. Some pizza joint or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. But she can play though, no doubt about it.
She's gonna go to the worst team though.
Happy. Now, you just said that, but then you defended Wembyamba earlier. She can go to a terrible team.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So the Sporting Hour in 2028 hasn't come back when Wembyamba was averaging 25 and 15. You go, I told you would. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna say I told you anything.
Yeah, you are. You love to get me, man. And I hate to admit, a lot of times you're right. Oh, Hap.
But
Can we go here? Let me break for a second.
Yeah.
Blast. Hold your thought. Women's basketball. Blast in the pass. Clyde Drexler. What do you think, Hap?
wait, did you say women's basketball?
And I said we could take a break from women's basketball. I need to get the blast in the pass section.
Oh,
in. Clyde
okay.
Drexler. What do you think?
Okay.
No.
I was like, phew. All right.
No. That was a good one. Hap, what do you think about Clyde
Man, you
Drexler?
need to get Lynwood some food. He has fainted.
What do you think about
The
Clyde
hell you
Drexler,
talking
man?
about?
Like, seriously. All jokes aside. Clyde Drexler.
One of the all-time great
Underrated.
two guards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who played
Yeah.
with his head down. He dribbled his head down, did he make the play? He's amazing. But I will say this. What's that, Hap?
He played in the wrong era.
With Jordan, I will say this. After that 92 Dream Team, when him and Jordan went head up in those practices, after that Dream Team, after 92, Clyde went down. They say that Jordan took his heart. I don't know how true that is. All right. But in your mind, Hap, still an all-time great, right?
Absolutely.
Tony, you have any memories of Clyde Drexler? You might be too young. Yeah. Oh.
Clyde the Glide.
You saw the end of him, or you saw? Do you remember the prime Clyde?
He was still athletic, so it wasn't the end of him.
Yeah.
It's when he would jump and bend his knees.
Yeah. Cup his knees. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're right. Oh, good. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Okay.
All right, Hap. All-time great running back, played with Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning. Who am I talking about?
James.
Edgerrin James. When the better running
University
and
of
pass,
Miami.
yeah, when the better running and pass receiving running backs ever, right there with Marcus Allen and Marshall Faulk.
And Larry Centers.
Larry Centers is not a great rusher, but an incredible receiving running back. Any all-time leader have?
Mm-hmm.
Any all-time leader? Yeah.
I think it's 863.
Oh my God, that's a lot of passes, man. Happy.
Yeah.
Now they talk about Lawrence Taylor as a great. I think he's the best football player I've ever seen. Who's a close second in that position? Died in a terrible car accident.
Terrible car accident.
Come on, Hap. Well, he didn't die right away, but he died like weeks later in the hospital. Kansas City Chiefs, number 58.
Oh, Thomas.
Derek Thomas. And Hap, where did he go to school? I can't remember.
I believe he enrolled at the University of Alabama, baby.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide.
Roll.
Yes, he did. And he was unbelievable, man. But he hit a patch of ice, truck overturned, broke his neck, and he died like 2 weeks later. And I'll say this, and then we'll be done. If you're talking about leadoff hitters in the history of Major League Baseball, I'll say Ricky Henderson, and it's over. It ain't even close. Ain't even close. He's the greatest leadoff hitter.
No doubt.
Oh. When Antonio pulled that stat up, if a man played 28 seasons and averaged 50 stolen bases a year, he'd still be 6 behind Ricky Henderson. That right there says it all. That man stole 1,406 bases, man. That's absolutely insane.
Wow.
That's insane, Happy. Insane. Played until he was
that is
42.
insane.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, man. Anybody gonna break that?
Hey, Wood.
Yo.
Now you think, Tonio,
Totally listen.
Yes.
do you think that record's unbreakable, right?
I do.
Agreed.
How far is he ahead of the next closest guy to him?
We're gonna look at it right now. Antonio's on that. I think Vince Coleman. Remember Vince Coleman, Hap?
Of course.
St. Louis Cardinals. I think he might be second. Maybe Lou Brock. I don't know.
Of course, yeah.
All time
Now, the other question I have for you, Wood, now that you
Is-
bring that up,
is
do you think that LeBron James scoring record will ever be broken?
that's gonna take some super consistency and there's probably a kid right now somewhere at 9-10 years old who's showing promise as a player who can get it.
Well,
Happy, go back.
okay, yeah.
Rick Henderson, 1,406 stolen bases. The next guy is Lou Brock, 938.
Wow.
Wow, it's right. Not even close.
That's over 500. Wow.
It's over 500, man. That's ridiculous. Well, right at
Yeah.
500. Right at 500.
Yeah, that's wow.
Vince Coleman, Tim
Yeah,
Raines,
that
and
record won't be
guys that we know have Tim Raines and Vince Coleman. Tim Raines 808, Vince Coleman 758. Now, Happy's going to give me a hard time again by useless stats, but Vince Coleman was the Division I NCAA punt leader at Florida A&M. I think it was. Why he played football in college.
That is really good to know.
Ah! And guess what else happened?
Antonio?
He was born in the Thunderbird. Come on, Hap.
Off of Highway 1.
Hap. You're a comic man.
Listening.
You got to admit that was pretty funny with
Antonio.
Hap.
Yes.
He's born Thunderbird.
Make note of that, please. Make note of that.
Have you known him? Using information. That's me.
In case we ever talk about him again, we have some information on it.
Hap. He was born a Thunderbird. Got it. Come on, man. That's a good one, isn't it? Come on. You crazy, man.
So, hey,
Go ahead.
Antonio,
Listening.
do some math for me, okay?
All right.
Oh, God.
If somebody was to play in the NBA 21 years,
Okay.
Right.
let's say they average 30 points a game, right? Let's say they played an average of 70 games a year.
75.
No, 70.
LeBron was pretty durable.
Okay.
Let's average 70 games, all right? So what would that put them score-wise, points-wise, at the end of 21 years? So it's 30.
44,100.
44,100. So somebody could do that.
But it's got to be incredible, though. Usually, Hap, you know this. You follow the NBA just like I did. I do. After age 35, usually something happens. The leg doesn't work anymore, like their feet on the wrong side or whatever. But that guy, LeBron James, is without question the greatest cumulative player in the history of the NBA, without question. That can't be that can't be questioned. He's not the best. I think Jordan's the best still, but he's the best cumulative player. And like you say, Hap, he's just going along past stats. And Tony has a point to make. Go.
I think a few things would factor in, though, because one, when LeBron came out or went to the NBA, high school players were allowed to go
True.
straight from high school. And two, LeBron started as soon as he went to the league versus, say, a Kobe who was on the bench.
And three, he was good enough. He was good enough.
Yeah, he was like just his rookie season, he was the man on the Cavs. So,
Well, I'm saying he had the body of a grown man. He was good enough. And I think the thing you're totally leaving out is, unless I cut you off, you didn't get a chance to finish.
what's up?
He played, except for his rookie year, in the no hand check era. Yeah.
That's true.
Happy, would you agree with this? If Jordan played in the no hand check era, we'd go from 31 points a game to 40, 45 maybe? What do you think, Hap?
I don't know about 45, but he would be close to 40.
Yeah. So let's add 10 points a game or 9 points a game for, I don't know how many games Mike played, 1,100?
He played 14 years.
Yeah, so that means LeBron will still be chasing him. And he missed 2 full years with that baseball miss. Well, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would put him over where LeBron is, would it?
It would. Antonio, do some math real quick. Do 10 points a game. What do you think, Hap? 1,200 games?
Not 10 points a game, be 40 almost, right? 39?
Well, what I'm saying is he averaged 30, so let's add 10 points a game with the no hand checking.
All right.
So 12,000 points. That's easy. That's easy math. Mike be up at 46, because Mike scored like 34 and some change. He be around 46. So if LeBron had to play, LeBron had to play 3.5, 4 more years to even get close to it.
All right, so let's talk about the guys who can do it, though.
Durant
Just playing right now.
Durant is the next guy. He's 11,000 points behind LeBron, so he's at 29,000, and he's 35 years old.
No,
So
he's
he's
not
out.
going to do it.
He's out.
He's going to stop playing in about 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out. All right.
Steph Curry, not
No.
going to do it.
No.
No. All right, now I would tell you who I think has a chance to do it if he can
Giannis?
stay healthy
Giannis?
and stay in shape.
Who?
I think Luka.
Antonio, will you please look up how old Luka is and how many years he's been in the league? Hap, you might have a point. That's why I don't like you.
Now, here's what I want Antonio to look up for me.
All right, he's looking at Luka right now. Luka Doncic is how old, Antonio?
25.
He's 25. And
Here's what I want you to look up now, Antonio.
how many points did you have? I'm sorry, Happy. Hold on.
Total?
Total. How many years has he been in the league and how many points? And then hold your thought to it. He's got 10,000. He's got 11. Say he's got 11,000 points now. Hap. Let's say he plays 10 more years.
Okay, Antonio,
Yes.
I want you, if you can.
Okay.
He's on it.
How many years has he been in the league? 3 years now?
Luka? No, more than that. Maybe 5.
Let's see.
He ain't getting 11,000 points in 3 years. That'd be 3,200 points a year. Let's get out of here with that. Years played. 6.
6 years?
6 years.
Okay. So I want you to take his 6 years and compare how many points LeBron James had in his first 6 years.
I don't think it was 28.5 though. But see, the difference there would be Luka doesn't take care of his body like LeBron has. He doesn't have the same body type.
I just said if he takes care of himself and stays healthy.
All right. Looking at LeBron there. Too fat. Lazy. What we got going on?
So
Antonio fat as hell with his damn computer.
I just want to see how they compare 6 years in.
Here we go. Here we go.
12,993.
So LeBron's basically got 1,000 more points.
And they're saying that if Doncic keeps up with his average at the end of this season and the remaining 22 games, he'll have 11,640.
Happy, in your wildest dream, do you really think Luka Doncic is going to play 20, 21, 22, 23 years in the NBA?
If he takes care of his body,
And if lightning strikes me right now, he ain't going to do that.
well, then you could be right about that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if he, like I said when I first started this,
Right.
if he takes care of his body, stays in shape,
Happy, he's not in
the
shape.
guy that I think that can do it.
He's not in shape now.
Yeah, well, that's...
You're saying it remains to be seen. I'm with you.
Well, here's why I say him out of all people. He's on a team where he and he alone is the man. So he's going to take as many shots as he's want.
It's a running team.
He's probably never going to average less than 29 points a game in any season.
Even at
Because he's gonna
35,
be
even
allowed
at 33,
to
34, 35, even at 33, 34, 35? You think that? You believe that?
If he takes care of his body, yeah.
That's a big if, man. They're a running team, though, so we'll see.
But I don't see anybody else that's going to score at that clip.
And Tony just pulled up Gilgeous Alexander, but he's only this be his second season of 30+. I don't think no. Man, I'm telling you, man, watch out for them. They're a young team, Hap, with a lot of draft picks left coming up. All right, Happy. I swear to God, Happy, if you hang his phone up, I'll crawl through it and kill you. Don't hang up. We got to recognize our underwriters one more time. Don't go.
I'm hanging up, man.
Don't do that.
You have been listening to a Lynwood Robinson presentation.
The Sporting
You are now entering the fifth quarter.
The fifth quarter.
WCOMFM.org every Monday night.
The Sporting Hour.
You are now entering the fifth quarter.
All right, let me welcome back our listeners. We were talking about Happy Cole should be calling back in a few. We were talking about women's basketball and Caitlin Clark and their importance to the game. We're going to go to team ball now.
Well, before you switch, I
I'm sorry.
have a question for you.
What's that?
So, you know how we were talking about, Caitlin Clark setting the record in however many games.
Right.
There being the addition of the 3-point line and,
Right.
the differences between the games when, or the game of basketball when Pistol Pete was playing versus now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there should be,
Asterisk?
no, not an asterisk, but say should records be recorded differently in terms, or separately recorded, say pre 3-point line,
Pre-shot clock?
and then
Yeah, I'm with you on that,
along
man.
with the evolution of the game, or should everything be
That makes total sense. I'm with you on the games played, though. That's ridiculous, man. I'm a Carolina guy. Everybody knows that. I signed here out of high school. There's no way that Sam Perkins and Worthy and those guys, their rebound record should be, Armando Baycott should be. He played a whole full season more than they did.
right?
Get out of here with that. Now, also, not only that, 27, 28 games was the regular season.
Yeah, I was just about to ask how many.
Yeah, then the tournament.
What was the regular season?
And
when you all played?
now, if you played 4 years of college, you basically played another a fifth year because of an extra 10 games a year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
CMC, the great San Francisco running back, smashed, and I mean obliterated Barry Sanders' all-time total offense record. But he played like 40 more games. No, not that many, but like 25 more games or something like that. I'm saying that should all be taken into consideration. I'm with you.
Yeah, but it's
If Phil Ford had a 3-point shot, you could probably add, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 points to his total.
right.
You see what I'm saying?
So do you think that the records should be recorded separately? Say pre 3-point shot or pre
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
Versus
Well, it should be recognized.
everything
Maybe not
being
recorded,
cumulative.
but recognized though. You know what I mean? We're here talking. We should bring that up. That this guy played 50 more games. Or this guy, he got credit for 18-foot jump shot, where these guys, 19-foot jump shot, but these guys didn't get credit for it. You know what I mean?
or is that the way that media is going to keep everybody interested and what have you? But they'll point out, oh, this record's been broken, but they won't say what the difference in the game was.
I'm with you, Antonio. That's a great point, man. It's a big time stat, man.
One day. Oh, before you say that, a stat that you brought up during one of our conversations or a few of our conversations.
Is what?
Was it block shots with Bill Russell that they weren't recorded?
They didn't record them. So what I'm telling you is this: if they recorded block shots when Russell and Chamberlain were in their prime, they'd be the all-time by far.
And
triple double
and triple doubles. So they already have Jokic having more triple doubles than
It's a joke. Just like saying LeBron.
Wilt Chamberlain and
Get
Bill
out of
Russell.
here. Yeah, it's not fair.
Right.
That's ridiculous. They didn't keep block shots in. If they kept block shots when Chamberlain and Russell playing, those guys would be way. I would venture a guess those guys average 10 to 12, 13 block shots a game over their careers. Not to mention the untold stat of changing the shot, or scaring a guy out of a shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy. Wilt doesn't get his full credit, man. Yes, Boston won, but Russell beat everybody. Wilt, his teams were great because of his greatness. He was great. He just didn't get it. The 2 times he did his Russell impersonation, his teams were the best. That 33 straight wins, regular season wins, which won't be topped. 33, Tonio. 33 straight regular season wins. 72 Lakers. Russell. Wilt going from averaging, his 35, 40 points a game to averaging 14 and 20 boards. Because he not let West and Goodrich led team in scoring. 1967, Philadelphia 76ers, they won 68 games.
WCOM.
That'd be a great point for Happy to discuss because he's coming on there.
Hold on.
Mr. Cole. Mr. Cole, are you there?
Mr. Cole is here.
All right, Happy, how about this, man? Antonio brought up a great point. Should records, not so much an asterisk, but be recorded
separately.
Recorded separately or differently.
Okay.
For example, well, matter of fact, it's Antonio's point, so I'll let him go with it. Go.
Okay, so my question was, so, with Caitlin Clark surpassing
Pete Maravich.
Pistol Pete, but the differences in the game being, no 3-point line and, defense being different. Should pre-3-point line or whatever change in the game stats be recorded separately than, the current changes or current version of the game, I'll say.
But I also say this, as I butted on Antonio's point, the point should be this, Happy. Caitlin Clark's played 130 games, Antonio?
Oh, yeah, because that's another change.
And Pistol Pete played 83. Get out of here with that.
That's another change, the number of games in the season. Or are you good with the way that, stats are recorded and records are being broken now?
Well, you have to look at it, too, this way, Antonio. Records are being broken because of those very two things you just said. Now, there's some people that are a proponent of records being broken. It adds a lot of excitement to the game. When somebody's chasing a record and they get near it, they have an opportunity to break that record, that just gives that particular league or that college team or that college sport that more ink in the paper.
I hate this guy.
Now, me personally, I think that all those things should be taken into account before you give somebody a record.
Happy.
If you
Happy.
played,
can you say it
if you
again, please?
played-
Can you say it again, please?
if
I'm
you
sorry.
played-
Yeah. Say it again,
if you
please.
played more, 83 more games than I did, and you played where you were shooting all threes, and I didn't have the opportunity to do that, that should be noted.
Thank you, Mr. Cole. Thank you. I agree with you 100%. And Tony, you feel the same way?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's crazy. How is Armando Baycott in the top whatever rebounding, and he played another whole season than Perkins and Worthy?
And a point that Lynwood brought up also was, when Bill Russell and Wilt were playing, blocks weren't recorded.
Blocks didn't become an official stat until 1972.
And, I think this past season, the ESPN and the writers were, more than overjoyed to say that Jokic passed the two of them for triple doubles.
It would not have been close. Hap, Mr. Cole,
No.
are you there? Happy,
No.
would you venture a guess, please? Venture a guess on how many block shots Wilt and Russell average per game. I would say they average between 10 and 12 or more a game. It's ridiculous.
Easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
And they put Luka also saying that LeBron James scored more points his first 4 years or whatever than what he played right out of high school. These guys didn't. It drives me nuts. Happy. It's a great point, Antonio. Maybe one of the better points you come up with in your tenure here.
Well,
That's a great point, man.
You know what?
He's right. Yeah. What's that,
and
Happy?
Antonio,
What's that, brother?
let's
Happy. I think.
I want to.
Oh, go. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go, Hap.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, LeBron went right into the NBA at, 18 years old?
18.
All right. The normal time for someone that's drafted is, 4 years out of college?
21, 22.
Okay. So, take those 4 years off of LeBron's $40,000, of 40,000 points.
Right.
So I don't know how you would do that, but
He probably at 32 or 33,000. Yeah, I'm with you.
yeah.
Yeah. Happy. Antonio, that's a great point. Happy, I agree with you. Antonio, I agree with you. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that all day.
Really? Yeah, that's a great point.
Because
That's a great-
they were happy to say, because they were happy to say how Caitlin Clark passed Pistol Pete, but it made me think, how many games did Pistol Pete actually play?
And you looked it up.
And I looked it up, and then
83 games compared to 130.
because the trial for the 3-point line was what 1969, that 69-70 year.
I don't know how true it is. I do know this.
Well, I googled it.
My sophomore year here, 82, 80, my sophomore year here, 82, the 3-point line was experimental. Was 17 feet 9 inches.
And then Pistol Pete, he started 67 to 70, I think.
But didn't play his freshman year though. The freshman were ineligible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
So those were the 3 years that he played 69 or 67 to 70.
He was the class of 70.
So yeah.
Him and Bob Lanier was rookie of the year. Yes, 70.
So in an ideal world, how would both of you like to see those stats recorded, or should they be recorded differently? Or
I think there should be not a, like you said, Antonio, not an asterisk, but a mention, like parentheses or something, pre 3-point line or something. You know what I mean?
right?
It's crazy.
What do you think, Mr. Cole?
Well, they'd have to, if you're going to make a big deal about the record, you also have to make a big deal about how the record was achieved.
For example,
So, for example, if LeBron is breaking somebody's record, or Caitlin Clark is breaking Pistol Pete Maravich's record, so in that same thing, she broke the record, and here's the breakdown of how she did it. She played 55 more games. She shot 3-pointers, whereas Mr. Maravich did not have the opportunity to shoot 3-pointers.
she had a shot clock.
So all that should be explained along in detail with the detail of the record.
Yeah, shall we brought up? I agree 100%. All right, Happy. We talked about the records. Now, me and Hap talked about this last week, and we didn't get a chance to get into it. Women's basketball again. Happy, you got South Carolina. I got the field. You still believe in South Carolina? Believe in winning it?
Just as sure as you were black as night.
What are you talking about? I'm an albino. No one's going to beat them, Hap. Hap, no one's going to beat them?
Unless the only thing that could help somebody beat them is somebody on that team gets hurt.
Hap, it's a 1-game shot, not a series. No one can get them.
Would you heard me say what I have to say?
Yeah, you're right, bro. I did hear you. So we'll see. That's why they play the games. Not only I think they had the best team, I think Don Staley's a damn good coach. You agree, Hap? Like, as a tactician.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who's the second best team? Who's the second best team?
That's tough.
That's tough.
That's tough. Oh, that's tough.
The clear second best team. It ain't UConn. UConn's kind of down this year. They're ranked 10th right now, but they're not. I don't think they're the UConn of old.
I want to say Vandermeer out with Stanford, but I don't even know if they're the clear. That second team.
How's that girl that you really like, Juju? What's her name? Juju
Watkins.
What is Southern Cal doing? What they got? What they got going on?
They're not good. They won some games, but I think they're ranked low. Maybe the high 20s, maybe.
Say again?
I think they're ranked kind of high. and I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be a threat to anybody. I really don't.
They're ranked 5th. But you don't.
They ranked 5th.
They're ranked 5th. 23 and 6. Yes. 23 and 5. I'm sorry. Yeah, 23 and 5. They're ranked 5th. All right. Stanford's number 2. Iowa and Clayton Clark number 3. Ohio State 4.
Yeah.
How much did you like Ohio State have? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you like Ohio State?
Well, let me put it to you this way:
Oh my God.
if I had to go to the proctologist,
Right.
or go to Ohio State game,
You go to proctologist.
I would tell the proctologist he can use both hands.
Damn. That's some hate. I'm telling you right now, man. I'm gonna take Antonio and tie him up and let him listen to like 5 Richard Pryor albums. He can't get him to laugh. He won't laugh, man.
Bernie Mac.
Oh, he's a young guy. Yeah, he like Bernie Mac. Hap. Juju Watkins.
Juju Watkins, yeah.
She can break
I didn't know
Caitlin
they were
Clark's record.
5th, man.
Yeah, they're 5th, man. She can break Caitlin Clark's record if she stayed 4 years, but she won't. Defending champion LSU is number 8.
Yeah. Iowa just beat Ohio State the other night. I watched that game.
You watched it?
Mm-hmm.
NC State is 10th. I've seen them play twice, man. They're not bad, actually. Antonio, is Carolina anywhere in the top 20? 25? They're not ranked at all? UNC girls? No, they're
Not in
not.
the top 25.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Let's see what they're at.
All right, after we finish it, we'll hit the NBA and see what's happening. Where are they? What you got going on, Antonio?
20. They're probably 29th or 30th.
They're not ranked.
Not ranked, but see what's their record? What's their record? Yeah. They got drilled by Virginia Tech.
18 and 11.
18 and 11. They're not up there.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
I did not know USC was playing. I watched them play the other day too, man.
I watched the second half of USC UCLA last week. Juju can play, man.
Juju, dude, she has an all-around game, man.
If she stayed 4 years, she could break that record, but she won't be there 4 years.
Oh man, she could handle the ball. She's got incredible footwork inside, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And she's
goodness.
she 6 feet tall?
Easily.
Yeah, I think she's about 6'1" or something. Yeah. She can play. All right, here we go. Happy. NBA.
Hey, Wood.
Yes,
Wood.
sir. Yes, sir.
Wood.
Yes, sir.
Wood.
Yes, sir.
Antonio,
Listening.
you heard it here.
What's that?
The second coming of George Gervin.
It's who?
Shea Alexander.
We getting man, Antonio talked about him the other night. When were Antonio? Thursday?
We
We
were.
talking about him. We watched the game at this place we hang out called the Dead Mule. Here we
Come
go.
get an autograph from Lynwood. I'll
Here
give
we
you
go.
one too. It'll be less.
we go.
It'll be worth less though.
Oh, damn. Here we go. Go to NBA East. NBA Atlantic Division. Go. No, other way.
Antonio,
Listening.
God.
What's up?
Here we go.
Lynwood will pay you
Here we go.
to give you his autograph. He'll pay you to take it.
Damn.
And add interest.
Oh, Lord. Man. I gotta tell you, man, I'm a little hurt. But it's all right, though.
Let me ask y'all. Did y'all see the Celtics
Warriors?
game? The
They should be ashamed of themselves. Look at my tweet, man. They should be ashamed of themselves. Hap, 140 to 88.
I saw the Celtics practice.
140 to 88.
Yeah, I saw their scrimmage. I didn't see them play anybody.
Oh my God!
You saw the warm up.
Hap,
They played the Washington Generals.
oh my God! Tonio, look up and see if Brunson's out for an extended period with that knee.
Knee contusion.
Is he just out extended period or just that game? Next couple of games.
Next few games, I think.
All right.
I thought
Celtics,
it was
happy.
back and win that game,
I think
didn't
last week. I think last week you picked the Celtics as the team to beat in the East. I don't think anything wrong with that. Antonio picked the Celtics. I think all three of us did. But Antonio said he thinks his Heat could beat the Celtics in a 4-game series. I think that's his heart talking more than his head. But the Celtics are the best team, man. That's ridiculous. They're running away with the East. The Knicks are okay, or they get Randall back. Sixers, 35-25. They get Embiid back March 2nd. Nets stink and the Raptors stink. Even though Scotty Barnes is a up and rising stud, but he hurt his finger, so he's out for an extended period. Next, what division is this, Antonio?
Central.
NBA East, Central, Milwaukee. Hap, you still don't think the Cavaliers are for real?
Well, they're for real in that division. I mean, look.
But not overall.
Let's be honest.
What?
Let's be honest, all right? In the NBA, a lot of teams will make the playoff.
Over half the
A
league.
lot
Though.
of.
Over half the league does.
It shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is.
Money.
Now, yeah. Just because you make the playoffs doesn't make you a good team.
I'm with you, Happy. I'm
So-
with you.
You take those bad teams, put them in the playoffs, you're going to have a couple of series that are going to go 4-0 or 4-1 or whatever.
All right.
Blah, 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 blah. Now, those teams at the bottom that will make it in, you know, law of averages says they don't have a shot.
I'm with you.
They don't have a shot.
I got 2 points to
So-
make, Happy. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
So you asked me about, did I think Cleveland, you know, had a chance?
And you say,
I think they have a chance to go past the first round, and that's it.
all right. Is that it? Because I'm going to throw my points in now about the Cavaliers and the Pacers. One, the Cavaliers, and I'm piggybacking on what Adam said last week. Remember, Adam Price was here with Jesse Patty. Remember those guys, right? Hap? The Cavaliers' number one option is Donovan Mitchell, and at 6'2.5", 215, 220 pounds, I just don't think he is a bona fide, big time number one guy. What do you think, Antonio? Donovan Mitchell, number two guy for sure, but as your absolute first scoring option at 6'2". Now, mind you, only 2 teams have won NBA championship with a small player as a first option. You need a big wing to win the NBA. Go, Antonio.
So if he was 6'5", you would think different?
6'5", 6'6", yeah.
Do you think 3 inches makes that much of a difference?
Yes, obviously it does.
When he has that level of athleticism?
Strong, all that. Doesn't rebound, doesn't block shots, all that. It's not a defensive stopper. Yeah. You're going to have 20, 25 shots to be effective. Hap seen him played on more than one occasion. Hap, what do you think about Donovan Mitchell?
Well, you asked Antonio first. Let him answer.
He did.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just did.
Oh, yeah. I'm curious what you think.
He just
Hap.
did. Yeah, go, Hap.
We asked you some questions. Me personally, I think Donovan Mitchell is a surefire number one player, without a doubt.
You can win a
Without
championship with his as your absolute best player.
If they had a better team around him, yeah.
That's the whole point. Isn't that the whole point, though? The whole point is that they don't have. He's not good enough to be that guy because they don't have a better team around him. Isn't that the whole
He
point?
is that guy.
He can. Man, I like Donovan Mitchell. I like watching him play. He's strong. He can put the ball in the basket. He's a modern day Vince Johnson kind of. But as your number one guy, or that team as it's constituted, I don't know.
Or does he just need a number better
so-
two, or a better number two?
He needs a better number 2 and a better number 3.
It's not Mobley.
He needs Spencer Dinwiddie.
The Lakers.
Didn't they have him for
I
a
could
minute?
see Dinwiddie out of the league, man, if he doesn't straighten up. Something's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just basketball because he can play. That's been proven.
And I don't think he likes being with the Lakers anyway, though.
Something's going on. But Happy made a great point. A couple weeks ago. They don't need Dinwiddie to handle the ball. He's a point guard, but he can shoot the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Happy made that point 2 weeks ago, right, Hap?
Yeah, but I think Antonio's right. I think that he doesn't like being there. I honestly believe this. I don't think he likes being traded from team to team. I don't think he likes that at all.
He's been with like 5-6 teams, man. So you might be right.
He does have that kind of vibe about him that he wants to be a career guy with one team and put his heart and soul into that one team.
Yeah, I don't think he likes that at all. Well, I think that he was disappointed. I think that he was hurt, and I think that he took that personally, being traded so many damn times. And some players, can handle that better than others. He's not one of them, in my opinion.
Happy, that's a great point. Let's go, Antonio. My Pacers. The Pacers are a good team. They're winning. They made to that inaugural in-season tournament final, lost to the Lakers. Hap, how great are you? A great player when you go scoreless in a game. Now, what I'm talking about is Tyrese Halliburton. He was 0 for 7 last game, 0 points. 9 assists, no turnovers, but 0 points. That can't happen if you're the guy. Do you agree?
I completely agree with you.
There you go. Thank you,
That
Happy
just
Cole.
goes to show the consistency also has to be there.
There you go.
And I actually
granted, he's leading the league in assists. Granted,
Yeah.
but still, you got to score.
You got to score, man.
You
Go,
have to
go, Antonio.
My thing is, if he's the guy, why is he only taking 7 shots?
That's another point. Next division, go.
Yeah.
We got to speed up. We got 4 minutes left.
So Southeast, we have the Magic at 35 and 26, then the Heat at 34 and 26.
All right, then it really falls off after that. And Tony's a big Heat fan, and the Heat are better than we think they are. But I think they have the best coach, definitely in the Eastern Conference, maybe in the league in the exposure. Let's go to the West. Hurry.
Thunder at 42 and 18, Timberwolves at 43 and 19.
And Nuggets 42-19, defending champion. Thunder, best young team in the league, and one of the best teams in the league. Period. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander averaging what, 31 a game?
Lynwood.
What?
Lynwood.
Go.
We don't have to rush. What we don't get to this week, we'll get to next.
Yeah. Okay.
See what we have to say.
All right. Say Juju.
Peacefully and calmly, make the point.
43 times. Alexander's been over 30 points a game. Been over 30 points, leading the league. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, who Hap talked about 2 years ago, is great, and of course the Nuggets with Jokic, who I think is the best player in the league and will be returning MVP. Next division.
Clippers at 39 and 21.
The specific division he's talking about.
Kings at 34 and 25. Suns at 35 and 26.
I have to bite my tongue and swallow some crow with the Clippers when they acquired James Harden. I thought it would be a train wreck. Russell Westbrook going from starter to sixth man. They are, I think, 24 and 8. The last 32 games. The Kings. Sabonis.
The Clippers could use Russell Wilson.
The Clippers dropped the ball the other day against the Lakers.
That's funny, Hap. Forget you. I thought
They sure did.
They did.
Antonio.
I thought the Suns were out of it, but they are actually 35 and 26, so not bad. The Warriors have won 14 of the last 18 games. No, 13 of the last 17 games, and they're over 500 now at 32 and 38. But I don't think they have any chance to win though, because they're too heavily dependent on Curry. Go, sorry.
They
I'm
should
sorry.
take 12 games away from them for that ass whipping they took the other day from them.
That's a go. Next. Said it.
Southwest, we have the Pelicans at 36 and 25. Mavs at 34 and 27. Rockets at 26 and 34.
the Pelicans could have some health. If Zion missed games and Brandon Ingram, Jeremy Ingram,
balling, man.
Brandon Ingram, yeah, what a player.
Balling.
Mavericks with Luka and Kyrie. Rockets, Fred VanVleet, but they stink though, so their record's not good. Forget them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Happy, what do you think? We got 30 seconds, Hap.
And
Go.
hey, what's the boy that plays with Ingram, the old veteran, the shooting guard?
McCollum.
McCollum. Yeah, he's a good player.
CJ.
Man, them cats are balling, man.
They're bowling, man. HappyCole.com. You can find Happy Cole there.
HappyCole.com.
You can find me at TSH_the Wood, and my main man Antonio will be
And
on the board.
autographs.
Yeah, and autographs. Motherfucker. All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. We'll be back.
Check. You've been listening to the Sporting Hour on WCOMFM.org with your host, Lynwood Robinson, and your intrepid co-host that goes by the name Happy Cole. Happy Cole with Antonio Castillo on the board and the stats. Bring it back. All right. It's a Sporting Hour.